this stuff, and I recently talked about an upcoming fight versus him and Shakur Stevenson, seeing that Shakur Stevenson is staying at 140 pounds, and it seems like he is with it. He's 100% with it. Okay. Right now, though, he has an up and coming fight on the 21st of this month versus Andy Hiracola, which is a hard competitor. This is going to be a great fight. Andy's 24-0, which is in 19 knockouts, which is a wholly different conversation. But win, lose, or draw, whatever happens in this fight, I would like to see both of them versus Shakur Stevenson. But one of the fights, like I said in my previous video about about Shakur Stevenson, is that Gary Antoine Russell is one of the people that I would want to see him fight at 140 pounds. And it seems like Gary Antoine Russell was with it and was asked that question. Check it out.
Amateurs, not the guys that's watched you fighting recently, but like now I fight this dude, I'm a top tier guy after the fight.
Man, listen, y'all see the stats. Y'all see the stats out there. So if I was to say I had to fight someone that's gonna bring me to that top tier, of course it gotta be a Shakur Stevenson. He moved up to 140. He's down there as the third place holder for pound, and he just beat kind of like the most extravagant type of fighter at the 140 division, Teofimo Lopez. He no longer has the title. If it's not a Shakur Stevenson, it's not a one person that I have to defeat or beat. I would have to wipe out my division in order to say, okay, I'm the guy at the 140 division.
He just blatantly said he will have to wipe out everybody in his division, or that's equivalent to fighting one person, and that person is Shakur Stevenson. That's what he just said. He would have to wipe out everybody to get the type of credit or steam or whatever that he would get from fighting Shakur Stevenson. Now, him and Shakur sparred, if you can see on the screen. Both of them admitted to sparring. I think Shakur said a few times. Even Gary Russell Jr., his older brother, said that, Shakur got the guts. He came to our gym a few times to spar. So, they know of each other. You feel me? Gary Antoine Russell went on to say that he don't think Shakur is going to fight him. He don't think so. I think you should press for it regardless. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what he wants at all. If he want to be the face of boxing, if he want to stay at 140, if he want the crown, he got to fight the other champions. He wanted to unify when it was Oscar Valdez he had to unify against. So unify with these champions. I don't see what's wrong with it. But like I said, man, I made a video about this 3 days ago when Gary Russell Jr. was having his interview. Y'all could check out that video. But I didn't think that y'all was gonna be with the smoke for real. You feel what I'm saying? Since you just came out and said that, push for the fight, Gary Antoine Russell. Push for it. And you push for it too, Gary Jr. And nah, that's not a fight for you, Jr. It's a fight for your brother, Gary Antoine Russell, that got the WBA at the same weight class as Shakur Stevenson. That's who that fight is for. It's not for you, big bro. It's for little bro. That's who it's for. You feel me? This is no rehydration clause. This is supposed to be close to your skill set, if not the same, on the same level. This is somebody your size and your height. Both of them weigh in at 138 when it comes to 140. So it should be no problem. Let's make the fight. You feel me? Gary Antoine also said, that's enough for that. That's enough of that. I'm just trying to lay some groundwork in the beginning of my life. Just trying to lay some groundwork in the beginning of my life, bro. Is when I sit back and think about all of this, it's like, who would have thought? Out of the way he was talking and everything that was happening, who would have thought that Shakur Stevenson really tops out at 135? He had one fight at 140 and won't stay there, even though he has a title. Even though he's the same size of another title holder, which is Gary Antoine Russell. Regardless of how small he wants to argue, Gary Antoine Russell started his career at 140. Ballsy. And stayed there the whole time. He's been at 140 the entire time. And he's been making 138 or less the entire time. Who would have thought?
that he would top out at 135, speaking the way that he was speaking his entire career. You seeing what you were seeing his entire career. One would think that you're moving down because you don't want to fight somebody at 140. That's what one would think. I don't know why. But it's a lot of talent at 140. He talked about not caring about the belts. Cool. And you talk about money fights. Cool. Is there more money fights at 140 or at 135? Because as far as I see it, Tank's the only money fight at 135. And if you are that small, then you can move down for a Tank fight at any time. And what I've been hearing is that Tank don't mind fighting at 140 again and pulling the U move and fighting somebody that's small at 140, which could be you. It's just, when you think about it all, it's like, after everything has been said and all the contradictions, all the BS, it's got to be more to the story than I'm just small. It got to be more to the story. Salute to Jay Will in the building. Mike Biggs boxing in the building. What is good with you? Chloe, what is popping? My prediction is Boots. Boots is going to terrorize him, yo. I feel like the fight is going to be stopped. I feel like it's going to be stopped. I feel like either the corner's going to stop it, he retire on his stool, or it's going to get stopped on cuts, or he could flat out he could stop Xander by knocking him out, or 3 knockdown rule. I don't feel like it's going 12 rounds. I feel like Boots got that in the bag. Salute to the butcher in the building. Now, it's a lot. It's a lot I want to play. It's a lot I want to talk about. But before I get into all the interviews, let's talk about the small stuff and get that out the way on this early Sunday morning. Shout out to everybody that came in the building early, first thing in the morning. Jahan Ingram, that's who fought. Jahan Ingram, I had to figure out, is that the same guy that was like, Tank can't box? Because then I remember him saying that, and then I remember an interviewer saying that he's dropped Rolly, and I was like, yo, is that the same guy? And then I seen Coach Calvin said that it was one of his guys, and I was like, hold up, bruh. So I tuned into his fight, and the guy he fighting beat his ass. Like, really, the guy he was fighting was, you could tell that he was tuning Ingram up, bruh. And the way he was moving and stuff in the first couple seconds, like, wasn't nothing thrown but like a couple of jabs. And then he just started moving and showboating. And so I said, oh shit, he about to style on Ingram. He said he's nice. He's nice. Shout out to everybody that came in the building, though. Salute to you, Mike. What is good with you? And what's popping? Look. I remember him saying, he did a little interview saying that he wanted Abdullah Mason and said that it was just business. Dude was 9-0 with 7 knockouts. Now he's 9-1 with 7 knockouts because he just got stopped. He just lost his fight. He put up a fight, but he kind of he was getting beat, in my opinion, like damn near every single round. He was in there just getting beat on. Oh man, yo. I wanted to ask, you know what? I'm gonna save all the Shakur and KEYSHAWN talk. I'm gonna try to save that for later because there's so many points that I wanted to say and I wanted to get to. Like damn. It's so much that I want to say and get to. I can't even say anything on this damn page. Good. I got a lot written down. Let's start here. Where is it at? To segue in what I was saying in the first damn place. Let me find you. Okay. Here it is, right here. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, this whole when it come to Bill, I'm gonna just say this real quick about Bill, yo. When it come to Bill, everybody should already know what it is. It's been too many things that's been said that's been straight up false. Everybody should already know what it is. Like, he can make a fight quietly. He did with Regis Prograis, you know what I mean? While the whole time telling the fans to look in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot to say about that. It's not that much I want to talk. I want to talk about what Bill said, because people don't want to hold Devin accountable for the stuff that Bill say. So what he said to me only matters when he's telling the truth. After I find out when he's done, you know what I'm saying, if he's bullshitting or not, I don't really got much to say about Cuz. I don't really got much to say. Salute to Cash Crypto in the building.
WBA super lightweight champion of the world, my man Gary Antoine Russell. Gary,
it's yours truly,
Hey,
Gary
man.
Antoine Russell, WBA champion, 140 division. Y'all heard it first. How y'all doing?
Having a good time in Vegas for the Benavidez fight?
Man, yeah. So far, you know, I'm spreading my wings. Hopefully I'm wishing I can run into Teofimo Lopez or somebody else in the 140 division, because at this point, I'm wondering why these guys running from me. Either you scared of me or you just trying your best to stay away from me. Either or, it's all love. Just let it be known. Because one thing I don't want to happen is the people to throw dirt on the Russell family name and legacy. Like, the Russell family, we a staple to the boxing industry, period. You know, but I'm here for David Benavidez and seeing whatever talent that's there that's going to be on the card. You know, so I'm just here to enjoy myself. But I do got some things that I want to deal with while I'm here.
Who's on the radar alongside Teofimo, man?
Other than Teofimo, he got to win this belt, this vacant IBF belt. If he can get that IBF belt, like I've always been telling everybody, I'm looking to unify. I'm trying to be undisputed. I'm shooting to be undisputed, speaking into existence. I believe in my talent. A lot of these guys, for real, they're trash. You know, Teofimo, he gave back to the boxing community. He's good. Can't fuck with me. Richard, he's good. Can't fuck with me. Who else? Shakur Stevenson, he's good. He got his credentials. And me personally, can't fuck with me.
Now, this is part of the reason why I played the video I made that video a little over 4 months ago, okay, of him saying what he said about Shakur Stevenson. And if y'all remember, Shakur said that he was staying at the weight class. We was trying to figure out, is he staying there? Is he not staying? Because he was double talking as well. You feel me? So he was staying at the weight class, and then this man came out and said, like, I would have to fight everybody in my weight class or just fight Shakur, and that would be equivalent to the same, basically, is what he said. Hold on, let me get my chart. Hold up. Wait a minute. All right. Get some power up in him. Okay. All right. You're getting your juice. Okay. Computer, chill. But yeah. That was the whole thing. I'm so glad that he's talking like this, though. But when this man said that, you know, it will be, you know, I would have to fight a Shakur, and you know what I'm saying, I don't think he would fight me and all this stuff like that. And then Shakur made the decision to say that he's too small to stay at the weight class. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this man and Shakur weighed in at what, 138 against T.O.? He weighs in 138 his entire career, and his entire pro career has been at 140. So where's the excuse for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where's the real excuse?
I'll tell you, I'm just that nice. And just not me just pumping myself up or just talking trash. That's just what it is. Do they feel some type of way?
Young man.
Tell them shoot their shot. Tell them come back at me. You know, so everybody that got a title at the 140 division, y'all better watch out because I'm coming.
What do you think of the boxing fans talking after you beat Eddie Hiroka? And they're like, why is he saying let the Shakur fight build up? Why not want that smoke ASAP as soon as humanly possible?
Let's be real. As a show business, it's a show side and it's a business side. When you're dealing with promotions, you got to let time for the promotion part or the promotion aspect to help the fight be more than what it is. You know, it need to build up so everybody can tune in. Right now, I feel like it's too soon to hop on a fight like that. It's not no fear. It's not because I feel like I wouldn't be prepared or anything like that. That's never the case. I'm always ready. I'm solid right now. You know, so that's not the case. Just on a business tip, I'm just saying let the fight build up. Let it get some noise and buzz before I take that fight so we can both have a lump sum on when it comes to the outcome, you know, financially. You know, but since that's not happening no time soon, I'm definitely looking forward to get a Dalton Smith when he gets back in good health.
Fighting Alberto Puello, right?
That fight was canceled.
Oh,
so none of that fight is canceled. Dalton Smith, you need to come holler at me. I'm calling out Dalton Smith. If I can get any of them right now, I'm calling out Dalton Smith. I'll come over to UK to whoop on that guy. Mm-hmm. And I'll take that belt immediately.
Okay, yeah, you go over there for it, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
These guys not on my level.
Now, you see how he said, why not? Why not? With the high-pitched voice a little bit. Why other fighters? I'm just saying, like, he did it at every weight class, yo. Every weight class he went into, well, he tried to unify, and Shakur tried to unify him. You feel me? He at the weight class, he said, man, I gotta go over there and beat Dalton. How come he can't call one fighter out? You feel me? It's like he don't want to stay at 140 at all. It's like it's an issue for me, bro. It's an issue for me. After this video, I'm gonna break down this whole him and Tank stepping on the scale. Man, look, can't wait to talk about that. This turn only like a minute left, something like that.
I'm always humble. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people been talking a lot of recklessness, and I just gotta set the record straight. Dalton Smith, I'll clean him up real quick. Clean him up. Honestly, I'll knock him out. I would knock him out. I wouldn't even let it be no fight that get dragged into no 6, 8, 10 rounds. I would get him up out of there.
He did good with Matias, man. That was a good knockout against Matias.
Listen, I've been calling out all of the boogeymen.
Yeah.
Everybody they said was a boogeyman, I called them out, and they all was ducking me. I was this close to getting Matias. He turned the other cheek. He went the opposite way. And honestly, Matias supposed to get knocked out. Look how he fight. All his fights he's just walking guys down.
Yeah.
No head movement, where he just literally lock his hands and just walk at people. Somebody was smart enough to pivot around it and make him pay for his stupid mistakes. And that's what Dalton Smith did.
Yeah.
You know, that's just simple tactical movement. Mm-hmm. You know, and he made him pay for it, but it was bound to happen. I would have knocked him out too if he would have fought me. You know, but now he's out of the rankings. So Dalton Smith, come holler at me when you get in good health. Heal. I pray for a speedy recovery just so I can stick foot in your ass.
You know, Shakur, he dazzled people with his sense of distance and how hard he was to hit, and how accurate he was with each punch he threw against T. He outclassed you, if you know.
Like I said.
And we saw your sparring. Like, the sparring was great work. The little clip we saw.
Some old ass sparring.
It was good work, though.
I didn't even see the whole clip. That's the thing. I didn't even see the whole clip. We did like 12, 13 rounds that day.
What year was that?
And I was in the middle. I was the only one. I never hopped out.
Yeah.
I did rounds with Shakur. I did rounds with 2 other guys, and I stayed in the middle so I can have endurance and just get my IQ up. But don't get it twisted. That was a film that looked compatible. It didn't even look like he got out on me on that film. It was just compatible. Like I said, he nice, but I feel like he can't fuck with me. He can't fuck with me.
What is it about the matchup that you could beat a guy that a lot of people, fighters, experts, feel like he's the guy? No one can knock him off right now.
Listen, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Right.
You know, but
that's why I mentioned fighters.
To answer your question, it's that I'm built for this.
Yeah.
I'm built for this. Like I all the attributes in me. I could be a pressure fighter. I could be a puncher boxer. I could be a defensive fighter as well. I just choose to pull out my arsenal, what I got to pull out to get the job done. That's it. That's all. My last fight against Andy Oroka. Something people really didn't see for real, for real. I hit the shoulder roll on him. I really didn't want to do it because I don't find it to be fully efficient. But because I'm trying to show people, like, look, I can do different things. I choose not to do it because once you got a game plan, you're supposed to stick to that game plan and not deviate.
All right, hold up. Now, I don't really like when people deviate, you know, I was just trying to show people that I could do it. Those are the fights where people look a little subpar because you want to show people this and show people that. Man, you can show people, but not on the fight that's close like that. I don't think that should be the fight. You should have showed people that you could do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that should have been the one, if you ask me. But wait, let me get out of that. Salute to Mike Rom in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming through. YK Melly in the building. What's good with you? Good morning. Good morning. Definitely appreciate everybody for coming in. Gary sounds a little soft when it comes to Shakur and shit. Just a tad, in my opinion, that's how I sound at first the whole time. Like, how come y'all not calling out each other? I felt the same way about Gary Russell Jr. when they was at 126. Like, why call out everybody but Shakur? Like, I always thought, like, with the Russells, why is it like that? They said that, you know, he used to come down there and spar and test himself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I thought that it was respect. Maybe that's probably why. But man, I showed a video at the beginning of my live. Gary basically said that he would have to fight everybody in his division to be equivalent of him beating the Shakur Stevenson. So I'm like, bro, that's and he called him out at the end of the little interview. So I mean, I'm like, yo, maybe he really want this fight now. And then me seeing this fight, I mean, this interview, because that interview was a little 4 months old. After seeing this interview, I'm like, okay, so he really want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this interview was a couple of weeks old because he was really still talking about Teal being at 140, but Teal didn't take that opportunity to get the vacant belt, and he chose to move up to welterweight. But I just think that when it comes to Gary Antoine Russell, that he could probably, well, actually, ain't no probably involved. He would be Shakur Stevens' hardest fight. And there's no excuses about you being small because they come in at the same amount. Like, I understand people weigh in at the same amount, but he can't. Gary Russell can fight at 135 if he really wanted to. The man want to challenge himself. He don't want to fight at no fucking 120, 135. He don't want to do that extra shit. He don't have to. So he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I mean, you can ask a lot of trainers and stuff, a lot of coaches, they'll tell you the truth. You know, I remember Caleb Plant's coach, he said Caleb Plant only has to weigh 168 or whatever for, what he say? It's 15 seconds. That's what he said. He don't walk around that weight. He don't fight at that weight. He's never that weight besides for 15 seconds. These people don't fight it. Nobody fights it. They walk around weight for real, for real. That's what Shakur is trying to say, like he's a Gervonta Davis, and it's not the same. And I'm going to prove it by saying this. Listen. Both of them went back and forth. Matter of fact, I'll show you, because I believe I have the little video. I'll show you before I comment. Hold on. Is this it? No, this is it. Which one is it? Here it is.
I run a podcast solo. No producer, no editor, no tech skills, just rivers.
Okay, y'all see this shit? Okay, bet. They say G Money is Gervonta Davis burner page. And everybody's saying it as that. He got Carisha Shields as his thumbnail, but not when she, not when she looks her regular self, or when she has makeup on. She said she let some dude play in her face and play with makeup, and it was so ugly. It was like clown makeup, and she was like, "Look, I'm gonna wash this shit off." She knew it was ugly. Everybody knows it was ugly, and he chose that as his thumbnail. It was crazy. Salute to you, son of Tank. What is good with you? Them boys need to stop sparring each other, and that's Gary can't get the big fight. Yeah, Tank's hilarious for that. But this is what people were saying he was going. I bet it was more than this, but this is how much I got of the stuff or whatever of the BS. Okay. As y'all can see, they're supposed to be going back and forth. See, I don't know why let me turn my camera off. My shit acting crazy. T.O. Devin than you. Can I say, what do you mean? Why say T.O. Devin than you? Is he fighting Devin? Are you fighting Devin? You know what I'm saying? More confusion. I don't really know if this is his Twitter page. I really don't. His burner page. I'm not sure about that. Hold on, my joint is. I don't really know if this is his Twitter page. I really don't. This joint is loading. I'm not sure about that. What is going on? This joint is loading. Okay, so it's just YouTube right now. Now, Shakur Stevenson was pushing them getting on the scale. He wants to prove so bad, yo. I'm not gonna play this shit. He wants to prove so bad that he is a smaller fighter, basically, is what's going on here. He want to prove that his walk around weight is 140 pounds, basically. So that's what he did. He basically let me turn this shit down. He basically kept saying, "Yo, let's step on the scale. I'll prove to you about basically his size." He wanted to prove to Tank that he was his size and he'll put money on it and shit. And he was like, "Yeah, anybody can show a picture. Let's FaceTime each other or whatever." So both of them put out a video, I guess. And you seen Tank standing on the scale, who was 147. And then and then Shakur got on the scale and he was 148. And then Shakur came back Twitter figures and came back with the, oh, wow, 1 pound and all this other stuff because he was 1 pound heavier than Tank. And that's basically his proof, yo. This is how people do, you know what I'm saying, damage control. Now, to me, immediately, I'm like, yo, here we go again. Here we go again. All right. Gervonta Davis hadn't had no damn fight in how long? Has it been like 1 year and 3 months by now? He's been out the ring for 1 year and 3 months. Shakur last fight was in January of this year. Okay. And since then, Shakur has been saying that he's too small to stay at 140. So why is he going to walk around big as shit? He better keep in the gym and stay on weight. And as far as he is concerned, as far as he tell us, he don't leave the gym. The nigga stay in the gym. You stay close to your weight class on purpose. Like you do that, or you do this on purpose. Is this your walk around weight? Probably not. But this is your stay in shape walk around weight. Let's be real. Let's be motherfucking real, y'all. I'm falling for the banana in the tailpipe is crazy, yo. But all the while, Tank been battling depression. With all of this shit that's outside the ring that's going on with him. I don't know if y'all know, but it depends on how you are when you depressed, bruh. But he probably not working out all the time. You know, he's probably got legal stuff. He went to jail. You know, it's not this. It's Shakur's life outside the ring and what he's doing ain't the same as Tank Davis. He hasn't had a fight in a year and 3 months. Shakur trying to make fans think that he's small by saying it in every damn interview and staying in shape to control public's perception is crazy, man. And it seems like it's working for some of the fans is falling for the stuff, but it's BS. Shakur once showed himself with no shirt on, bro. He had no shirt on, and at the top of it, he was putting up a muscle, I think. He was flexing, talking about 170 pounds. That's how much the dude weighed. He was saying he weighed 170 pounds. He had an interview verifying that he wasn't bullshitting. Nigga, you was 170 pounds, and you didn't look big as hell. You had your shirt off. When Tank was accused of being big, or when he said that he was close to 160 that time, when him, EJ, all the Charlos, and both the Charlos and Bunny, Robert Easter, was all chilling together, and they was showing out and shit after the fight or whatever, and Tank had that black turtleneck on. Tank had a gut, a big gut. Every time we've seen Tank fat, that nigga had a gut. That's him close to 160. That's how Tank looked close to 160. He got a gut. Shakur was 170 with his shirt off, or over 170 with his shirt off. No gut. No gut. Still had a little bit of abs. How, Sway? Tank is visibly out of shape when he close to 160. But Shakur looks in shape with his shirt off while weighing 170. That's the difference. Okay? I don't give a fuck what he weighs right now. I don't care. And whatever Shakur is saying about weight is a lie. And why don't you look at it the other way around? If this is true, then how come Tank is still willing to have another fight at 140? That's what people are saying. He'll still go up and fight certain fights at 140. You are bigger than him, bro. Tank at 170 is not in no fighting shape, bro. He don't look like he do shit for a living but eat and sit on his ass. You at 170 look like you can fucking fight at welterweight 160, nigga. That's what you look like in that picture. His walk around weight is 148 when he's staying in shape. That's what it is. That's what the fuck that is, bro. As if you didn't have a fight for a year and 3 months and you was in and out of jail, not in the damn gym, would you weigh 148? Probably not. Probably not. And not if he was going through the same things that Tank was going through outside the ring for almost a year and a half. Probably fucking not. Crazy as hell. That's what I think about that shit. That whole, I weigh a little bit, bro. What about the other fighters that weigh a little bit that's fighting at higher weight classes then? Since you so much of this, that, and the third, how come other fighters your size can do it and you can't? What's the reason for that then? Answer that. I would love to hear what he said about that. How come other fighters that walk around the same amount as you can fight at 140 fine? And he probably say who you talking about so he can argue about it. You'll say Gary Antoine Russell and he'll argue about that. And he don't walk around what I walk around. Yeah, because you won't answer that question. It's people that will do that shit because they believe in themselves more than you do. And it's not about taking brain damage or having brain damage or all this shit that he's saying, bro. When have you been hit like that real hard and shit? Like, bro, you pride yourself on not getting hit. You agree when everybody say, yeah, you don't get hit, but then want to talk about how you don't want to take brain damage. That's why you don't want to be at a certain weight class. It's bullshit, bro. And why are you sparring big fellas then? All of it is bullshit. Why are you sparring these motherfucking welterweights and want people at once? Why do you want you still getting hit in the head, regardless if it got a bumper on that bitch or not, regardless if you got headgear or not? You still getting hit in the head. Your brain's still shifting regardless. This is all crock. It's all crockamania, man. It's all kibbles and bits, bro. It's all bull. And you hear other fighters talk, they don't talk like this. If you so good at that, come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta keep it. We gotta keep it 100. At some point, at some point in time, we're going to have to keep it 100. Seriously, yo. Now, I want to say I want to talk about some other stuff. It's not nothing this serious real quick. I want to, hold on. Let me bring it up. This is coming up. This coming up. Jalil Hackett and Server Devchenko will be fighting each other on that undercard on Sunday, on July 26th. Yeah, I was talking about Devchenko for a while. I like Devchenko, I really do. I don't want to be wrong about what I'm saying. I can definitely guess, but I don't want to right now. I want to be correct in what I'm saying. So I'm gonna pull up Sergey. Sergey. His box rec real quick. Just real quick. Sergey Devchenko is 16-6, okay, with 11 knockouts. He's fought Christian and Billy, Vaughn Alexander. He's fought Hyman Munguia. He fought Carlos Adames. He fought Jamal Charlo. He fought Triple G. He fought Daniel Jacobs. Bruh. Did you know Devchenko is 5'9" with a 67.5-inch reach? Did you know that? His record is 16-6. He has 22 total fights with 11 knockouts. What did I say? He's 5'9" with a 67.5-inch reach. 5'9", 67.5-inch reach. Shakur is 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. Since we want to talk about size, I know that's height, but Devchenko ain't a big dude either. If you really look at him, he ain't a big motherfucker. He fought against big dudes. That's what my point is. Everybody he fought against had a height advantage on him and a reach advantage on him. Everybody that I just said had a height advantage on that man and a reach advantage on that man. Do you think he could have possibly moved down in weight? He's a small guy. Of course he could. Of course he could. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to realize how I look at boxing. How come he didn't fight at 154? He could have fought at 154 his whole career. When he first started, he probably could have fought at welterweight, for real. Certain people aren't going to go the health risk factor because they scared of how the level of the competition or the size of the fighters. Certain people ain't going to do that. They're going to be like, look, I want to come in healthy. I want to come in at my best, the closest to my best that I can every time I fight. So they come in at a certain weight class and they do what's necessary to stay there and beat these people. Like I said, you hear the people that I said he fucking fought? And his size, his reach. And if you go back and look at them fights, all he made it entertaining. You hear me? Server Devchenko made it entertaining. You hear me right now? The man 40 years old. So he was fighting the people in his 30s. It's a lot of fighters that got that mentality, and people's favorite fighter don't even have it, and people don't see what the difference is. Now, if fans can think whatever they want, then why go so hard to prove a point that you think doesn't even matter? You're going to do whatever you do anyway. The fans don't care anyway. People be full of shit. That's the bottom line. People be full of shit and they be trying to save face. Period. Everybody got their number of fans that they have. Shakur wanted the casual fan base. I remember talking about this. Years ago, he talked about wanting the casual fan base. The real fans, boxing fans that he had wasn't enough. I remember he was at 130 when he said this shit. It was around the time when he kept talking about wanting the Leo Santa Cruz fight at 130. And then Tank got it. You wanted the casual. Casuals are unforgivable. You didn't know that? You want the casual fans. You want their vote. You're going to want they're going to have their own opinion of you. Now, the diehard fans wasn't enough. We was looking at boxing a certain way. But when them casuals came in and boosted all of your numbers up, you liked that shit. You started talking a certain way. He changed a little bit too. You liked it. But their opinion comes with it too. And their opinion, is killing the stuff that you be saying in your interview. It's because you on Twitter all the time. Twitter toxic. KEYSHAWN know Twitter toxic and said he can't be on Twitter. How the hell he know and stayed off of it, but you can't? You just can't stay off Twitter. That's what's fucking you up. I said Twitter is toxic as hell, bro. You shouldn't be a fighter. Should not be staying on Twitter, bro, and listening to what people saying and shit. What is good with you, Big Tony in the building? What is good with you? Salute to you, Mr. Sharp. He gonna be too much for Deverchenko? Yeah, he throw a lot of punches. Let me talk about the fight. Yes, he's fast. He throw a lot of punches. The thing is, man, it depends on if he's old, bro. If he's out of it and old right now, let me go back to it. As it said, he was 40. It's not doing shit. I don't know why I'm gonna do that. But it said he was 40 years old. Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers in here. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the building. A lot of fighters want to fight closer to their walk-around weight, and that's cool. But it's just the fact that that guy, Shakur, talks in a certain way that it makes you think that he's going to move totally different than he does. And it irritates everybody, no matter if you're a casual or you're not. A lot of people perceive things, no matter of what you hear, of what somebody tell you. It can look at you straight in your eyes and tell you something. You still going to have your own perception of what was just said to you. These people that he's, the people that's watching him, because he's on every damn platform. He was on Eden Ross. Eden Ross is a UFC channel that don't really know shit or care much about boxing for real. He be on every channel and people give him a look, especially when he goes on those channels. He says things that he wouldn't say on a major boxing channel because he knows that it'll be looked at side-eyed or it's probably just a lie, flat out not true. He's doing this shit to himself. He make the fans think one thing, and then when it comes down to the real shit, he's not doing that. He ain't that. Talking trash is one thing, but when you're staring the public to think one thing, and then you take a totally different direction, everybody gonna look like they was duped. Everybody gonna feel like they was duped. But back to this fight, man. I like Jalil Hackett. I really do a lot, and I really do like that. Like this is a good fight right here. I posted this on my I post fights when I see it. Well, when I check when I check it, because I don't check stuff every day. When I check it, I post fights on my YouTube channel, just under the post section. No videos, no shorts, nothing like that. And this was one of them that I posted, as well as I usually post all the fights that's going on this weekend that I can see. Not everything, but what I can see, I'll post it. But this was one of them, and I really like this fight. He is known to really have an okay defense for real. And he has pretty good damn feet, and he'll throw punches in between his punches. Derevchenko will throw punches in between Hackett's punches, but the thing is, Hackett don't really stop throwing punches for real. Like he throws a lot more punches than what he's used to, and because he's up in age right now, I gotta go with my guy Hackett. Sorry, Derevchenko, but I gotta go with Jalil on this. I really do. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Salute, Mr. Sharp. Hold on. Hold on. Why did I get this text message just now? What's today's? Maybe that text wasn't for me. Maybe that wasn't for me. That's odd. That's odd. My bad. Okay. But yeah, this is gonna be a 10 round fight in Madison Square Garden. Let me go to it. Oh, this is the main card opener for the Zuffa Boxing 09. Okay. This is the Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchin. Oh, and separate bouts. They're going to be on this card. Tickets on sale in Ticketmaster. That's it, pretty much. And they're just talking about the fighters, which I don't really care about talking about. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. I'm probably not, though. I'm probably straight. I just deleted the wrong shit. Damn. I don't know what I just deleted, but I deleted the wrong stuff just now. Whatever. Okay. I don't know what it is. I seen something a couple of days ago. Yo, the Mason brothers did a grip strength joke. They did a grip strength. And that shit made me laugh because all I did was think about when Shakur did his. That shit was crazy. It was mad funny to me. Y'all know Lamar Roach walk around with security now? Shit is laughable to me. We're gonna get into this Earl Spence interview. And I'm gonna be listening to everybody's interview on speed because I don't got time today. And I got timestamps for Earl anyway. I'm not gonna sit here. This joint is 2 hours long, so I'm not gonna sit here for 2 hours and listen to this interview and take breaks and talk in between. Absolutely not. But Lamont Roach, bro, walking around with security is crazy. He be acting surprised he's getting draws, man. The thing is that Lamont Roach was a pro box fighter. You understand me? He wasn't like on mainstream for real, like the big channels, I mean, like on the big networks and shit. He fought on pro box. That's who he was. Nobody's seen top level competition. I mean, top level talent in Lamont Roach in the right way. That's why nobody really cared about his career for real, because like he wasn't signed to the major people or whatever. Like I didn't know who he was until he lost to Heron. That's when I knew who he was. And I'm from Maryland and he's from Maryland. I didn't see one person drop nothing about him, because I would have looked him up and stayed talking about him and this, that, and the third just because he's from Maryland. I didn't know who he was. I'm not surprised. I'm just saying, I'm not surprised that the man keep falling like just above sea level. Like he keep falling on the draw line. I'm not surprised at that. And who is he about to fight right now? Who's Lamont Roach about to fight? Zepeda? That could be another draw. And I'm just being real. Him fighting Zepeda could be another draw. Like is he really that talented? And it's still crazy to me, like why he was so respected with everybody. Like I'm just saying, everybody hate on Tank opponents. When I'm talking about the fighters, not the fans, they hate on Tank opponents, especially you bringing a fighter up that really, already got a loss. You feel me? How come certain fighters was real respectable of Lamont Roach? Like it's like something happened that we don't really know about. Drawmont Roach. Yes. Salute to you, Thrill Hill in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming in the building. Salute to you, ATX Red. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through the building. But I'm just saying, like, he's a pro box fighter. I want to remind people that he's a pro box fighter. Like, he made his way up here because he does have talent. He's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But you're about to fight Zepeda. A lot of people look at it, and I see kind of what people are saying because he does catch and shoot well. But my thing is, like, he is good at really not really extending like that. He's good at fighting on the inside, and he's good at short punches. And he does have fast hands. That's where he got Zepeda at. But on the other hand, Zepeda throws a lot of punches. And if he's not like he was his last fight, like he was with Shakur, if he's not throwing the same combination over and over again, if he's not repetitive, you know what I'm saying? If he can't guess what dude is doing, which probably at some point in time, he probably can get in between there and hit Zepeda with some good shit. But Lamont Roach get hit by everybody he fight. And he throw a lot of punches. Like he's going to be the fact that Lamont Roach, when he fought Pitbull Cruz, when Pitbull Cruz slowed down the second half of the fight, that's when he picked it up. You feel me? You can't wait for Zepeda to slow down. That's my thought process on it. If you're waiting for Zepeda to tire out or slow down a bit, or you know what I mean, if you're waiting for him to do any damn thing, you're going to lose on cards. And I see that Lamont can win the fight, but I also see that Zepeda can beat him. For real, I see that. It's 50-50 or 60-40 in Zepeda's favor in my eyes. Like, that's just how I see it. But anyways, anywho, let's get to the Earl. Well, actually, no, hold up, no. Moses, that's what it is. I think that's what I deleted on mistake. Moses and Tomo is supposed to be fighting Philip Herkovich August 29th. It's set for August 29th. They supposed to fight each other. Moses is the heavyweight prospect coming up nice, stopping everybody. And Philip Herkovich is the one that fought he just stopped somebody. I can't remember right now. But he's the guy that fought Big Bang Zhang, and he came out the victor in that fight to win the distance. But Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I like Philip. I like Herkovich, but I think he throws slow punch. I think his punches are too slow for Moses. I think he's a very long punch, and that's one of his best punches, because he when he gets a fighter at the end of that punch, they always feel it, and you can see the difference. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to hit Moses with that shit. For real, Moses can take and get serious and switch on and be kind of flight of foot to be somebody his size. You feel me? He can move around pretty sweet in the ring. And but what I also know is that Herkovich can take a little pot. He could take a punch. And what I seen, the punches that he took from Big Bang Zhang, even though Big Bang Zhang dropped his ass from a hook, I think the first or the second round, like he could take some punches. He got a little bit of a jaw. But I think that's gonna be a banger. I think Moses versus Philip is gonna be a banger. I think this is the hardest fight that Moses is gonna have so far in his career. I don't know, like for real. I mean, I would say Moses is going to win the fight, because Philip is like his hands is just kind of slow to me. You feel me? And he waits a little bit too long, in my opinion. But that's going to be a good fight. I'm gonna sit watch. I'm gonna make sure I watch that shit. Oh yeah, this is what. That's probably what I made sure I didn't play. You know the dude Nico Wash, I call him Creamy Ali. Creamy Ali was gifted a WBC belt for his courage. Let me see if I can find this shit real quick. A WBC belt for his courage. Courage. Hold on. Oh shit, hold up. No, hold on. Girl. Yeah, she tripping. Salute whatchamacallit. What is good with you? What is good? Oh yeah. She got me all trapped. Yeah, Nico Wash. Oh my gosh. My camera is foul. Let me turn it off. But Nico Wash was gifted a WBC belt. And it says WBC gifts Nico Ali Wash a belt for his courage, in parentheses. That's what it says. No bullshit. It says Nico Wash says Creamy Ali has been named a WBC Cares Ambassador of Justice and received an honorable championship belt, an honorary championship belt for from the WBC for his courage. As earlier, Nico testified before the U.S. Senate in April against the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act. So they gave him a little baby WBC. What's his name? Shushu. WBC bigger than his. His belt's bigger than his. So it's a belt. It's a regular belt. You know, my camera ain't working. I can't show you right. It's a regular belt, but I can tell the face isn't as big as, you know, the actual official belt. I can tell. But bruh gave him a belt for courage. I just want to tell you right now. He better not be carrying the bitch around. Don't carry the belt around. You did not. You hear me? You did not fight for the belt. It's not a fighting belt. It's a fight for courage. All right. It's a belt that you take home and you put it on your mantle or some shit. Do not be out with this belt, Creamy Ali. I mean this, what I say. All right. Salute to Big Supreme in the building. What is good with you? Hold up. Who that, Jay Wallace? What is good with you? I got Roach. I definitely understand. He should win. All right, let's get to this interview. Let's get to the interview. Earl Spence. Oh my God. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Why is my internet being so crazy right now? Oh my goodness. It's messing up my mojo. All right. Hold on. I got this. If I can find, all right, here it is. WBC good for giving right. They give consolation prizes, man. They give them joints. They give them out. Belt to ass. Man. Oh my God. I was just telling them like Devchenko's nothing to be played with, yo. But I want Hackett to win the fight. He's getting sacrificed. Oh my gosh. See?
He pulled me in my office. He was like, hey, there's a lot of people in this house right now you ain't gonna never talk to again. Thanks. I was like, what you mean? He said, watch. And he was right. Yeah. Just people I just don't connect with. Like,
all right, let's get we're gonna get into it though. We're not gonna just listen to this joint. So let's start it at 20. Because that's I think
who was coming after you at that time? Manager wise, yeah.
Sure, everybody was.
I'm saying before you even turned pro.
Oh, before I even turned pro? I don't know. That's something you gotta ask my dad. Yeah. Nobody.
Oh, they didn't get to you?
Nah, they couldn't get to me.
Okay, so 3 months later, you turned pro. So from the time you left the Olympics until then, who was you? You said you talking to everybody. Was Al around at that time?
Yeah, Al was around because I didn't know, but the people he worked, the people who were under him, like Brad and them, they had came to the Olympics and everything. They was trying to talk to my dad and stuff. My dad wasn't talking to him.
That's what happened.
Yeah, he wasn't talking to him because they told him at the Olympic training center. They said do not talk to like any managers or anybody because that could get your fighter disqualified. So yeah, so he wouldn't even. He didn't know if they was some. He didn't know who it was. He didn't know if it was for real or not, so he didn't talk to anybody until it was time to turn professional.
Did you turn with Al initially?
Yeah.
You did?
Sure, yeah.
Did you meet Al or was you just talking to his people? They call Al the ghost, brother. You don't see Al that much.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see Al. I feel like I seen Al more than most boxers have. Like even talk to him, like I still talk to Al. You know what I'm saying? But at first, it was a couple of people. It was like, man, I was talking top rank. I didn't really get too much talking into Prince. I think he was going through my coach or whatever. But I was talking to top rank really deep. Like, and top rank, they was offering me a huge signing bonus and all that, this and that. And my dad was actually the deciding factor in who I was going with because I wanted to go with top rank because it would give me $250,000.
I need that.
Like, and I wouldn't give me nothing. He was trying to give me like a stipend, like $1,500 a month, and I was getting paid by USA Boxing probably like $2,000 a month or something like that.
Salute to 704 Joe. What is good with y'all?
So I'm like, man, like he ain't even trying to give me nothing, but Al was talking more about the future. He was talking more about. He was saying stuff that was going over my head at the time. Like he was talking about after I retire, retirement, and
I'm like, bro,
make sure I'm getting started. Yeah, I'm like, I tell my dad, like, I'm just getting started. Like, what is he talking about retirement and stuff? Yeah. And my dad was like, man, I feel like you should go out because he's talking about longevity and talking about your future, talking about life after boxing. Like this guy, yeah, he gonna give you $25,000, but he gonna get it back. Like that $25,000 is not. It's yours right now, but he gonna find a way to get it back. Sure. He's just tabbing you. That's the start of your bill. And I just listen to my pops. Was like, I bet we're gonna go out.
Man, I wanted to play that part because just hearing that and you being a teenager or working towards something your entire time, and then you get something like, or even being 20 years old and getting a contract sent to you that you can sign, and you get $250,000, like, and then your family immediately tell you, no, yo, take the stipend. A lot of kids, and it doesn't matter. You can love your parents or don't think they're haters or nothing. A lot of kids would think that their parents just don't want them to have the money right now. My parents just don't want me to have that money right now. They think I'm gonna do something bad. Regardless of the reason, they might think you're gonna do something bad with it. Think you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, they think you're not ready for that amount of money. It's too much money. But a lot of kids would have been like, nah, man, they don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? They don't wanna let me be free. They don't want me to have the money. You know what I'm saying? They already tripping about a stipend in one hand and then 250 stacks in another. And he's like, man, I want to go with Top Rank. Do you know the relationship you got to have with your parent to trust them enough to be like, all right, we're going to go with Al? I mean, on the opposite way of thinking it, I don't think he's been broke since he's been alive. His parents' money is one thing, but I think Earl's been in a good financial position his entire life. So maybe the money ain't it, you know what I mean? And his father already knew what time it was, but for him to trust his father on that level is freaking unreal.
They ain't worked out.
It definitely worked out in the long run.
What's going on? This
Oh yeah. This shit long too. They was advertising like a motherfucker.
He's reading so wrong. I'm gonna go tell him.
Hold up.
Something up, cause when somebody like too nice or too like genuine and stuff, you like. At first, I was like, bro, he was too. I don't know, he was too nice, and I always had like. At first, I was like, bro, this something up, cause when somebody like too nice or too like genuine and stuff, you like, man, something up. He gonna get me somehow. He gonna snake me somehow. And with Al, like he'll talk. Man, they used to send me stuff all the time. Like send me stuff about fighters going broke and fighters going broke even before they retire. Like they live in fight to fight, checks and things like that. They used to send me that all the time, and he's always just talk to me about saving my money and and things like that. And he's always just talking to me about stuff other than boxing, and always just looking out for me. And I was like, and that's why with me, my loyalty always been with Al, because for me it was always bigger than boxing. Like we're talking on the phone, he's not talking about boxing or who I'm gonna fight or this and that. He's just talking about life and life experiences and different things that that happened, but. I didn't really realize what he was talking about, but I knew what he was saying. I was listening, but I didn't know what he was talking about. Like, I'm a young dude. I'm like,
yo, that's real game when somebody says something to you and you don't remember it. I mean, you don't understand what they're saying, but when that shit hits you, you remember exactly what they said and you fucking understand now. That's real jewels.
Like, I hear you. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening. Yeah, I hear you. But for him, it was just genuine, bro. He was just genuine. Always, checked on me. Even to this day, always checked on my family, and that's dope. And he one of the people that always, looked out. Like he stayed checking on me. It don't matter when I lost a car accident. He came to the hospital. Checked on me and stuff. And I didn't even know he came to the hospital. They were saying when he came to the hospital, I was telling him about who I wanted to fight when I get back. Come on, yeah, I was telling him who I wanted to fight when I get back. I was like, yeah, I want to fight this dude. Yeah, I want yeah, when I get back. And it was like, man. They was like, they didn't even know if I was even going to come back to boxing, but he always looked out for me. It don't matter what legal stuff I was going through, anything. Like, he always made sure, you know what I'm saying, I was okay or I was good.
Man, that's rare in the game.
And he helped me because my experience is this, like, not after, but like right now in my career, bro, like a lot of dudes, yeah, you make a lot of money, but after you fight, you start bleeding again. Like, yeah, you patch it up, but as soon as you fight, you get some more money, and then you're not fighting for a year or whatever. You bleeding out because you have no investments, nothing going on, or anything. Like, well, I told him, I was like, man, like, yeah, I make a lot of money, but when I'm not fighting, money's just coming out, and nothing's coming in. Like I know I couldn't sustain because when boxing over with, like I'm just gonna have money like flying out, nothing coming in, and Al helped me out, put me with his people he worked with personally, advisors and all that, and and helped me out and make sure that I got that peace of mind that when boxing's over, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna be good, like.
Yo, that right there, man. Listen, showing somebody the way while you benefit off what they're doing is one thing. You understand what I'm saying? Let me say it again. Giving somebody the way to wealth when you're going to get benefit off of all of their wealth is one thing. But when that same person come to you like, man, I'm gonna need a way to get money after this because I'm just spending money and I'm not getting nothing. And that same person tell you a way to get residual, bro, outside of you and their thing, money that you're getting for your family that they're not going to touch, that's different. That type of love is not even in people's families. It's not even in blood. You hear me? Family wouldn't even do that for you. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't the same. A lot of people don't get these chances that a lot of people get. And throughout this whole live, I agree. The man is very highly favored. He's been looked out by so many times. You understand me? And I'm going to get to that when they get to it. But, man, it's just like, on a positive note, because we're going to get to all the negative throughout when he get to it in the interview. On a positive note, man, Earl Spence going with Al Heyman was the best thing for his career. Seeing that all of that stuff happened at Top Rank, you know what I mean? I don't know how things would have went with him and Bud being on the same card. Maybe it would have been better, maybe not. I don't know. But the way Bob Arum is, from all the stuff that happened, his best bet was Al Heyman. And salute to Al Heyman for being the type of guy he is, type of mentor, type of advisor, the type of man and father figure he is, to even say and do the stuff that he be doing for people. And it sounds like, you know what? I'm jumping ahead. Let me just play.
I can live like I'm living now. So, that's why I say, I feel like he's a blessing to me just because I stuck with him and stayed with him, and he's helped me out thus far. And he made sure he gave me that comfort that when boxing over with, I'll be okay regardless. And I feel like that's, as a man, that's the biggest comfort you can have, especially financially, so your family good.
Yeah, but that's what you call success.
For sure.
We can talk about the wins and losses and all that stuff. That come with the game, and we know what comes with it. But to be able to have your legacy intact, don't mean you ain't been through no bumps in the road. I mean that you overcame it, you got through it. And then financially having your stuff right for the babies and whoever your wife is, whatever your home situation is, that's success, bro.
For sure.
So I love to hear it, bro, because that's why I love this platform and being able to talk about these things, because not just for the young fighters, older fighters too. We weren't taught this stuff, most of us.
Man.
And it's hard. People be like, oh, you went, another athlete went, bro. It's hard to budget when you have a lot of different stuff going on. You got a fixed income, it's different. Yeah. You got 10 bills, okay, you can look at that. When you got 30 bills, when you got 40 bills, how you gonna budget that? How you know the difference between, okay, there's a need and a want? Okay, what about this investment? It's easy. People say, invest your money. Invest it into what?
Yeah, man.
Who can I trust? So it's really cool, bro, hearing that, man. And that make me, I be at peace, man, when I hear people like yourself talk about things like that. It just make me feel like, man, we growing, man. It's fighting. You know what I mean? So I appreciate Al even taking that round. I've heard that from him before, because I don't know if it's true, but his brother, I think, boxed and got a raw deal, and they threw him in, and he got, just what I think that was kind of the catalyst of him saying, I'm gonna get in the game and change it. Is that what you heard too?
Yeah, I heard the same. Well, I know he told me the story where his brother was a boxer. Yeah. And he fought Sugar Ray Leonard, and he got pennies.
Oh, man.
And he just heard about different fighters getting pennies. He was like, you know what, I can change this, and he came in the game and try to change it. I feel like a lot of boxers didn't listen to him, and a lot of boxers don't ask. Like a lot of people intimidated, I guess, by Al's mystique. But even my dad told him too, like, can you help Errol save, not save his money, but invest his money and help it grow. So when he's done with boxing, he'll be okay. And, you know, that's what I did. Like, he hooked me up with all his personal people, and not only hooked me up with them, but also be there in the meetings with them, you know, just making sure everything's right and everything good.
Yeah. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. Man, you quickly became an ESPN prospect. It seemed like you was kind of on the fast track, like you wanted to move fast. I think right around that 2012, 2013, you had that infamous sparring session with Floyd George Mayweather. Tell me about that day, man. How did you end up in the ring at Mayweather Boxing Club with Mayweather on that day?
We don't need to hear that.
Reason,
Hold up.
Floyd, I mean, not Floyd, but Al, after that? After the sparring session?
Not that I remember. Nah, not really. Nah. But I remember Floyd was trying to sign me. And, yeah, he was trying to sign me and stuff. And I was just like, nah.
But that sparring session legendary, bro. It's legendary.
Yeah, but now people talk about it. I just never really, you know, bring it up like that, because I feel like, you know, what happened in the gym, supposed to stay in the gym. So, you know, I just keep the code.
Yeah, I respect it. Man, in May of 2017, you had the opportunity to go to England to face Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Why did you go over there?
It was no doubt in my mind I was going to win. Like,
no issue.
Yeah, it was no issue, bro. I never have a doubt in my mind, like, I'm going to lose, especially at that time. Like, it was like, you know, I'm going to go up here and dive. And then I watch a lot of movies, like Spartan movies and all this and that. So I got kind of a itch and stuff to even do that. Like, man, I'm going to go to Arena Foreign. And I'm going to go conquer this. Like,
go get this belt.
Yeah, go get this belt. So I was like, man, I'm going to go over there. Like, this going to be dope, because I want to take the belt from someone. You know what I'm saying?
He was the IBL champ, right?
Yeah, he was the IBL champ. He had just beat Sean Porter. So he was, you know, the guy at 47. So I just want to go over there and beat him.
What was the brownie stuff about? What was this dude talking about the brownie stuff?
That's fun.
Chocolate brownie.
Yeah, and then you eating brownies after the fight.
Yeah.
You posted the brownies after the fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, that was a dope experience. Like, my first world title fight, I wish I would have took that in a little bit more. I wish.
Timestamp.
You know, like.
Wow. You knew that was coming.
How high that star is gonna go, how bright that star is gonna be, and I'm looking from the outside in, and it don't look bad what I'm saying, but you see, Brody know he him.
Yeah,
you can just tell the way you moving. You see the respect
you want to hear it
with certain crowds, some other fighters, and just people in general. Had you started party? I don't know if you was a big party, but was you starting to drink?
You want to hear it? Hold on.
You fought a damaged Kell Brook. Did you feel aware about that?
Nah. I mean, he got in there, bro. It don't matter. Like, nah, I didn't feel no way at all about it. Like, if that's the case, he should have vacated the belt,
right?
And I would have fought somebody else for it. So, I mean, he was a stand-up guy. He wanted to fight for his belt, and you know, he felt good. I mean, I damaged the other eye, so that eye didn't get damaged.
We left that one alone.
Yeah, I damaged the other eye. Right. So, I mean, that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I think in 2018, that's when you and Crawford had that viral moment. Where was y'all at when y'all was going back and forth? You on that red hoodie?
We was in Oklahoma. Maurice Hooker had just fought.
Did you know he was gonna be there?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be there. Yeah, I knew he was gonna be there.
How did y'all? What happened in the back? Like, how y'all come in contact with each other?
I don't know how that happened, man. That was so long ago. I think I was doing the interview or he was doing the interview or something, and then we just met each other head on and just was talking. I'm glad I ain't bet that $1 million.
Hey, that was the job. Was about that $1 million though.
Yeah, we're talking about that $1 million, but that was 2018. That was a long time ago.
Long time ago. Yeah. Tell me about your relationship with Jerry Jones. How did that come about? Obviously from Dallas, but it's a big man to be in contact with.
Yeah. So our relationship just, me always being a Cowboys guy, and the relationship first came about, I guess. He had heard, through the grapevine, and then I fought at the training center in Frisco, and I did my thing. I didn't even think I was gonna be able to sell that many tickets. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm finna fight here. Like, I think it was like 15 or 20,000 tickets or something like that. I'm like, y'all want me to, do this? And I did it. And then we just started, communicating with each other. He started talking to me, and Jerry Jones. I mean, he seemed to be a down-to-earth person. Like, just talking to him, like, he just a cool person.
So y'all connected, and then you had the first fight with Mikey Garcia in AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
Brother, that's a whole lot of seats.
Yeah.
I think you did like 47,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
like a $5 million gate.
Yeah, we did something crazy. That was big.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was huge. Especially, you really don't see Black Americans doing something like that. So they'll do something like that and draw them people in the crowd. and everybody come out watching you, man, that was a dope moment. I think I kind of took that one in. Like, I was like, man, it's crazy. Because I was telling them, like, y'all want me to fight at the AT&T Stadium? Like,
the capacity like 70 or
yeah, like it was like 70 or 100, something crazy. I'm like, y'all want me to fight here? Like, it's like, yeah. I'm like, man, y'all, you know, y'all know about all this shit. I'm not, y'all gonna take the loss if it go bad anyway. So I like, all right, I do it. But at first I had my reserves about it. I didn't want to do it.
So you in camp getting ready for that fight? Are you hearing like, yo, the ticket they selling? Are you hearing about this?
Yeah, I was hearing about it. But and I just didn't know he was gonna do that well. Especially, man, it's crazy. Like coming out and just seeing, you know, all those people. I walked through the crowd. I was seeing people from, you know, childhood in the stands, everything. I'm like, bro, like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Just seeing different people and just, I don't think anybody, he would have thought. I don't think my mom, dad, anybody would have thought that I'd be fighting, you know, at the Cowboy Stadium. Nothing like a stadium.
That's crazy.
All these fans come to see me and somebody else fight each other, bro.
We don't really do that in the States like that. That's more overseas. You know, they it's hard to fill an arena in the United States, but the stadium, bro, is powerful. And I think you sold about roughly 400,000 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And those are great numbers, right? That time, million, you got to have the right dance partner, everything. A lot of things got to be right for you to sell $1 million. But so after you did that, that had to put you in a different position, negotiating wise. So behind the scenes with Al and stuff, after you pulled that off, what type of position were you in from a business standpoint to call your shot for the next one?
I mean, you was getting, you know, 6 stars treatment. Like, yeah, like basically like anything you wanted or anything you asked for, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make it work. It don't matter if it's not possible, they're gonna try to cater to you in a way to make it possible. So, you know, I was happy with, you know, what I was getting, what they was offering me, and you know, if I asked for anything, you know, it was at my disposal. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it made sense or not. Like,
they're gonna try to make it happen.
Yeah, they were trying to make it happen because a lot of people don't know that I only signed one contract where like even today I'm free. I've been a free agent.
Till a handshake?
Yeah, just handshakes and just, you know what I'm saying, I know Al always treated me right. So you know, somebody I would stick with, but even to this day, like it always just been a handshake, always been an agreement. That's just how we always been. And you know, he gave me anything I need. I don't ask him nothing too crazy, but you know, I just ask what I think is right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So what time at that?
Now, does it seem like Al was jipping people of money? After you hear him say that, does it seem like Al is jipping people of money? And whatchamacallit, I can't agree more. I stopped drinking years ago. I don't think I'll ever do it again. It's no. It's absolutely not. It's a hard no. But absolutely smash the like button. And with what Earl is saying, man, this is just, it's all truth. And what you got AB to acting like he took money from him out this motherfucker. You got Floyd Mayweather acting like he took money. He don't seem like the person that would be taking money. It just don't seem like it. Not after hearing all of this.
Point, like, what type of businessman is Errol Spence? Like, you starting to catch on how it works and what to ask for, or you kind of just letting Al still take the lead?
Well, now
I'm saying after the Mikey Garcia thing.
Oh, after the Mikey Garcia thing, I was still letting Al kind of take the lead. Yeah, I was still letting him take the lead right there. But as it started going a little bit more, I started like, man, I got a little bit more power. Like,
straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit more power. Oh, let me ask for this. Let me do this. Let me do that. And Al was the type of person. He always, you know what I'm saying? He always came correct. You know, it was never anything disrespectful or anything like he was trying to cut me, undercut me.
No money missing. Nothing.
Yeah, no money missing, anything like that. Like he always came correct and was always solid.
Man, at this point, Earl, like, I mean, you had the world in your hands at this point. You know, like it's you don't know how high that star is gonna go, how bright that star is gonna be. And I'm looking from the outside in, and it don't look bad what I'm saying, but you see, Brody know he him.
Yeah.
You can just tell the way you move in, you see the respect you get when you in certain crowds, some other fighters and just people in general. Had you started party, I don't know if you was a big party, but was you starting to drink a little bit at that time? Like when was you, because you start to kind of feel invincible, and I'm not sure if that's...
All right, salute to you, no evidence. Now, shit, bro, it's a lot that I could say about this. I just want to say salute to you, no evidence, but yeah. It's a lot that I want to say about this, but I want him to get a little bit deeper into it.
How you felt at around that time, like right before the Sean Porter fight?
I mean, I was already, you know what I'm saying, kind of drinking. I mean, I'm kind of an introverted person. Like, drinking, it helped because it made me, it made me more open.
Now you talking.
Yeah, it made me more open, made me talking all that. Like, I'm one of the people I really don't like talk. Like, everybody was in the house talking all that. I went for a walk. You know, right before this interview, I walked twice just because, like, I'm not one of them guys that just
small talk.
Yeah, just want to sit around, just talk, chop it up and all this and that. Like, I'd rather just, you know, do what I do. Like, you ask some guys, they be out in the room watching a movie or something right here, and I'd be either in my room or I'd be in the dining room reading a book. Like, I've just never been one of those guys. And drinking helped because it made me, you know, more comfortable being in places and just being more open and being more outgoing.
Y'all remember when, the time that I referred to earlier when they was all out and the Tank had a fat belly, had on that black turtleneck. Robert Easter was with them, both Charlos, Adrian Broner, and Earl Spence. And it seemed like Earl Spence was a little intoxicated as well as everybody with them. Bunny seemed like he probably was the only person that didn't have a drink. But this was the time when Earl Spence invaded the post press conference. It was when Sean Porter, I believe, beat Danny Garcia or something like that. And he went to the post press conference and he sat on stage like he had something to do with the fight. And then he spoke on the mic and like was dropping bombs. You feel me? And AB walked up to him and was like, "Tell him what you said to Keith Thurman or whatever." It was funny. The whole thing was funny. So he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right that alcohol does bring his personality out. But nah, not for you being an athlete. You shouldn't have did it. Fuck it. Stay quiet.
You know, it just got to a point to where, you know, I wasn't really controlling it like that. And I mean, I felt like it wasn't a crazy problem, but it was more like doing it at the wrong time. Doing it at the wrong time. You shouldn't be doing that in no damn boxing event. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't, you know, be doing it while you driving or when you know you got to drive. You do certain things you should protect because. And I still think about it to the day. I'm like, bro, like all these memories, like these new memories I have with my kids and this and that all could have been gone. You know what I'm saying? So I still get emotional about it. Yeah. Just thinking about it, I'm like, bro, like my kids, you know, didn't ask to be here, none of that. And, you know, all this would have been cut short because I didn't have stuff set up like I got now. Like I got trust and I got children, school trust and things like that for them. Like I didn't have none of that set up. So it would have just been a whole war on, you know, whoever get, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like, you know, things happen, definitely happen for a reason. And I feel like I wouldn't take anything back because it made me the man I am today. You know, it made me way closer to my family. You know, made me, you know, get a lot of people out of my circle and just, you know, lock into what's really important. And that's, you know, that's family and just being around people who really love me for me and don't care about boxing or don't care about, you know, if I ever put on gloves again, you know, I'm going to return. They ask me, am I sure? Like, is that what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? My lady hate training cancer, hate when when I'm about to fight and all this and that. My mom did too. My mom talking about she going to drive down here. She going to drive down here just to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? To see what's going on. Yeah, just see check it out. Yeah, just see how you doing in the camp and all this and that. And, you know, so, you know, they hate that kind of stuff. And that's the time people you want around you. They're not with you because you boss. They know EJ. They would
hear the way he talked about you. And
like that. So, nah, the shop, it wasn't any friction. It should went about like how it usually goes.
That's what with me, because on the outside looking in, y'all look like me and Verge. Y'all look super close. Y'all, like, I would hear the way he talked about you, and I would hear the way you talked about him. It just seemed like it was bigger than boxing. That's what it seemed like.
I mean, a lot of stuff seemed like it.
So when I see the picture, I'm like, nah, man, nah. But you just don't know. You just don't know.
You just don't know, bro. You know, stuff happen, bro, and you know, you can't. I mean, of course, you can question it, but you know, stuff happens. You just gotta roll with it. Like I take anything that happened to me, bro. I take it. You know, I take it and try to learn from it, and you know, and be like, oh, this was meant to happen for this to happen. Like that was meant to happen to get me here and for all this to be happening, bro. So, and I feel like even with the stuff that happened with Derek, man, made me really just, you know, sit back even more and just, you know, see people for who they are and just, you know, think about this person character and this and that and just weed other people out and just, and realize and get deeper with my family and just realize, you know, they really for me. Like my kids, my woman, my mom, dad, my sisters, they really for me. So I'm going to hold tighter to them. We're really kicking it. Like we going on trips. I'm still like, I'm going through the whole lawsuit, all that. Like I'm going on trips, taking my family to, you know, St. Martin. We going to Aruba, all that. Taking everybody, sitting with mom, dad, 7, 8 people. Just, you know what I'm saying, just having fun, enjoying myself. And, you know, thank to Al, you know, I never had to use my principle. You know, I never used, you know, the principle that I had, you know, just stuff that I'm making money off the interest. Come on. So, that's the goal, you know, that's the blessing there. I never touched the principle. I'm just living out the interest, you know, and enjoying life while doing it. You know, that's the biggest blessing ever. Like, I ain't got to worry about, you know, ever. Of course, you know, things happen, but for right now, like, I'm not using my principle for anything.
So in other words, he's saying he ain't touching the actual money he made. There's everything on top of that. He ain't touched that. You ain't.
So you know about that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to having millions of dollars, all you have to do is sit it in the account and don't touch it. Sit it in a high yields account. It's a bunch of different ways and income indexes. There's a bunch of different things, places you could put your money, and it'll yield you a certain amount of money every month, and it won't go down. Like that amount of money will always be there until you absolutely touch it. That's what the principle is. So for any person that really got millions of dollars, it's just kind of odd for you not to know that you can get residual off millions of dollars. It's like money 101.
That's making other money. That's what he's saying to y'all.
Oh, for sure. I ain't touched Crawford money. Who else? Yeah, I ain't touched the Crawford money or probably Ugas money for sure. Like,
so you ain't even had to touch it?
Nah, I ain't had to touch it, bro. And I'm a frugal guy, bro. Like I don't got 5, 6 cars. Like I got a TRX, and I still drive that car that's out there. That's my car from the house. 2016 Tahoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff I drive. My girl, she got an Escalade.
But when that happened, though, 'cause I didn't say you had some heavy stuff on your neck and on your wrist. And
man, look, I mean the chain, bro. That chain probably like 10 years old.
It is. But you bought it though.
Yeah, I bought it. It's iconic. But that was when I was, you know what I'm saying? When I was feeling myself.
You popping your stuff.
Yeah, I popped myself that chain, and then you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had watches. Like I still got a Patek, but I had the bust down Patek that Adrian influenced me to get. He influenced me to get there, bro.
AB.
Yeah, because he ain't got an Audemars. He was like, all this. I'm like, bro, nah. Then I just bought it. That was hitting though. Then I had bought the AP. Now I got a few watches for sure. Yeah, I got a few watches.
You're just not in love with it.
Yeah, I'm not in love with it. Like I'm gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy that for me.
At 16,000 in the arena, you're not from California, so you continue to make statements that I'm a big draw everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So that was no longer a question. And 12 days later, man, the news came out about the accident.
Yeah.
I think I was in Colorado Springs getting ready to interview somebody, and I started seeing this stuff pop up, man. And she was in your Ferrari at like 3 a.m, bro. And I don't even know how TMZ and me getting that. Brother. So we started seeing that. What do you remember about that night, man? Going to that party? Anything before the accident? I don't know. What do you?
I don't remember nothing. I don't remember anything. Even like getting out the hospital and they telling me, you know, I was walking up the steps and all that. I don't remember nothing.
Right, I want to skip to a certain part so I can get to cook on what I need to say. I believe I timestamped this shit for a reason, and I didn't hear it yet. So.
And plus,
can you still hold me?
Goodness gracious, 3 balls of fire. Hold on.
I could have, but if I'd have moved up, you know, I didn't want to have it on my back. Like, man, you like ducking at work, you ducking action, this and that. Oh, he can fight Ugas and this, but he can't fight Crawford and this and that. So I was just like, man, just make it happen. Like, it gotta happen now. Even though I do feel like he probably would have fought me up to 54, but I was just like, maybe if I have him 47s for, you know, all the titles, whatever, this and that. Come on, let's do it. So we talked about it, and you know, I feel like we made it happen between each other before, you know, it could happen between the suits.
Did you, like, it wasn't no guarantee. They just know what pretty much like, okay, the gate probably just gonna sell out, so that's pretty much gonna be this sponsorship, site fee. So that's pretty much how you can gauge what you're gonna make when you're just going off a percentage. How y'all did it?
Yeah. Like it wasn't no guarantee.
Yeah.
Like,
but you knew the fight was
Now he just said Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford was no guarantee in the offer. They just went. That's probably part of the reason why Bud was like he wanted to see the papers. He wanted to see all the papers so he could see how much money he's going to make. You know what I'm saying? But there was no guarantee. It seems like for either one of them. I don't know really how, but he said there's no guarantee. Other fighters don't really do that. You feel me? Because there's no guarantee. Like, isn't that the reason why Devin didn't fight Rolly? Because there was no guarantee. That shit crazy as hell. Hold on.
Been talked about for years. Everybody wanted to see it. Yeah. So it wasn't like we ain't gonna make no money. It just matter. The question is how much.
Yeah, the question was how much we was gonna make. So it wasn't really no guarantees, and I guess they wanted me to maximize everything. So they was, trying to get a huge number, and I think it could have happened if we'd have waited that longer. But
oh really?
Yeah, but I no, I'm saying like I would have got a bigger
percentage. Okay.
Yeah.
Not you mean pay-per-view.
If I would just let Adam do anything, if I would have took a couple more months with him. Terry, he a guy. He ain't
he ain't going.
Yeah, he ain't going.
You ain't going.
Yeah. But I was just like, man, just make the fight happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my people made it happen together. So
yeah. Going into that camp, you and Derek have any conversation like, look, this is how we got to get down for this fight, strategically, or even your strength and conditioning? Y'all have any talks about that going into that camp?
Nope.
Come on, John.
Nope.
Biggest fight of both of y'all's career.
Man, that camp was booked.
The whole camp?
Yeah, bro. Like I didn't spar probably like 6 weeks. Yeah, like 6-7 weeks. Like I didn't no sparring. Like, it was just a lot of stuff that went wrong in that camp. Like even like before that, like the sparring partners, like the guys didn't fit. I ain't had no southpaws in there to spar, none of that. Like it was all out of whack. But
salute to 2 cents in the building. What is good with you, Queen? Hold up. We'll come to this Errol Spence shit. Hold up. Now, me being an Errol Spence fan, I'm gonna have to be 100. Me being an Errol Spence fan, I looked at him as a breath of fresh air. He didn't tell a lie. He didn't lie to us when it came to fighting. You know what I mean? Not all that other stuff. But someone came out years ago, and it was a man, dark-skinned, kind of heavy-set man. I can't remember his name, but he used to always be in the Mayweather gym. He came out and said that Earl was a drinker. This was at a time when nobody said anything bad about Errol Spence. And he came out and said that Earl was a drunk. He didn't say it in a nice way. He said it as if like a lot of people looked at it, well, he hating, he lying on the man because of the way he said it. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't want to believe that shit. A lot of people, in my opinion, didn't want to really believe what that man was saying. When you see him the night of the fight, when you see Errol Spence the night of the fight, I didn't want to believe that the man was high, even though he looked high, but he could have looked drunk as well. I'm not saying he was drunk during the fight, but I'm saying after all the eye surgeries and the crashes and him admitting that he's not the person that he was, but he's still good enough to be, and us knowing and being boxing fans and knowing that people isn't going to say bad things about themselves or their career enough to make fans not watch them. They're going to build up a fight if they have one on the table. And all fighters lie when it comes to that. I didn't want to see the writing on the wall. And I feel like I might not have been the only one. But we all seen it. We didn't want to see it, but we seen it. The man's drinking. And we'd seen him drink. We didn't see him actually take drinks, but we seen him saucy on multiple occasions. We just didn't want to believe it. You know, everything's an excuse when you give a reason for something and you didn't know what the reason was. If you're thinking the reason why somebody did something and you don't like what was done, whatever that said to you is not what you're thinking, is going to be an excuse. And this is his excuse for looking the way he did. I think his excuse is, I mean, he's not finished talking, but I think his excuse isn't very detailed. It's detailed enough for us to talk about it and get a mental picture of what he's talking about. But I think it's some things he's leaving out for a certain particular reason that I don't know yet. Maybe he is going to have a doc on his life or the whole situation. But it's a reason that a lot of people should be disappointed in Earl Spence, because he didn't paint his person out to be, he didn't paint himself out to be what he's saying. I can understand that. I can see it from both sides. I can see why people are just happy that he's back and telling his truth and wants to. I can see it both sides. But me as a fan, I should have knew damn well that he was full of shit. Being that he's a fighter for millions of dollars and a top fighter at that, I should have knew that he was full of shit. No way you're going to get thrown out of the car like that. Something you shouldn't have survived anyway. His bones should have been aching for the rest of his life, or a good next 2 years at least. It didn't happen. It made you feel like he was here for a reason, and he came back and fought. It was a great story. Before all of this, I cheered for Earl Spence, and I stayed with him, loyal through all of this stuff. But I didn't want to believe that he was really drinking on that level, and this shit was like, I didn't want to believe it. But the truth is he's a human being, and all of us should have knew it was no damn way he was going to beat Bud. We should have really knew that. Should look like this pause. He says he's on a fight-by-fight basis now. Those are his words, that, you know, he might be done after this Tim Tszyu fight. And you might as well. You might as well, pimping. And you're my guy. Earl Spence would always be my guy. This is what it is. All fighters lie about camp if it's not a good camp. They don't say they have a bad camp. All fighters lie about the shape they're in. And the best fighters, and one of the best, Floyd Mayweather told you, no fighter goes into a fight 100%. Like, that just doesn't happen. But all these fighters talk like they're great, like all, you know, this, that, and the third, and they're supposed to sell the fight. And you don't want your opponent to look like you're weak in any area or have any doubt. So it's going to be the way it is. And the way that we talked about Earl Spence versus Bud, it's like, no way. I understand some people saying that he shouldn't have fought Bud at all. I mean, I don't understand people saying he shouldn't have fought him at all, because it's not that, like, this is something people, like, he's been doing this since he was a child. People bullshit in fights all the time. And I'm not even trying to get on them or nothing, but Shakur Stevenson won a vacant title by not really hitting his opponent at all, or getting hit at all when he fought De Los Santos. Yeah, we're talking about Terrence Crawford here, and you gonna get hit in there, but why not? Like, this is same type of thought process with Jake Paul going in there with AJ. It's just too much of a bag. It's too much riding on it. It's too much that's been said. He was already on the phone with him, talking to him before the contracts even came out, before the date for the venue, before they had a venue. He already said we were going to make the fight, to him as a man. So he's going to say no to all of these men's because he don't feel right, or you know what I'm saying, because of how he's been living his last couple of years ain't right, and he can't get back to what he's supposed to get back to. Would he say no? No, absolutely not. Now, when it comes to pushing the fight back, like, it just, everybody was already pushing the you scared on both fighters. When you look at it, Earl Spence didn't call out Terrence Crawford. Like, people wanted to make it seem like this and seem like that. Go back and think about it. Earl Spence was at welterweight and he was at 140, still trying to be undisputed. They wasn't calling out each other. It never happened like that. He was already doing his thing at welterweight. When he came up, he wasn't even calling out. Bud wasn't even calling out Errol Spence, and vice versa. Somebody said something, and then Earl was like, "Yeah, well, he can get it too, or whatever." No, what it was when he captured that damn title versus Jeff Horn, then he had something Earl wanted. Period. He never looked at Bud as any type of competition or somebody that he should or wanted to fight until he got into that position. And immediately the name started getting thrown. They started saying that Earl Spence lived paycheck to paycheck. It started from their side, and they're the fighter coming up in weight. You see what I'm saying right now? He's supposed to be the big fish, and Bud got his own following and coming up and talking shit the whole time. You feel me? If he would have pushed back that fight at that time with all of that energy going back and forth, but Earl Spence fans was telling Earl Spence to give Bud whatever they wanted. Listen, Earl Spence fans was saying that shit just because they wanted to fight that bad. I'm telling you, like, Earl Spence fans didn't want to believe what the fuck we already witnessed for a couple years. And that was what was going on with his body and what he was doing to it. The drinking, the surgeries, the crashes, the accidents, the injuries. Like, it was a lot happened. Hold up. No, I don't think he blamed Derek. And when it comes to the Derek talk, let me talk about that. Thank you. Salute to you, Alvarez. When it comes to that talk, to that part, Derek James, I believe, was coaching 5 different people at the time. You hear me? He was coaching 5 people, including Earl Spence. So it was AJ, Brian, Frank Martin, Earl Spence, and Jamel Charlo. He was training 5 people at the time. Okay. You can't tell me if Earl wanted a father-son relationship in between him and his coach, that he wasn't trying to get that from. Like, he wasn't talking to him about stuff outside of boxing. You can't tell me that all the time they spent together, that Derek James himself, being a grown man, can't tell when that man is under the influence or not. Do you understand me? I know Derek James knew when he was drinking or when he wasn't, especially if he got to work out in front of your eye. You're going to see the fatigue. You're going to smell it. You're going to know it. You're just going to see the difference. I'm more than sure he knew. He already getting paid. That's probably a part of the reason why Earl didn't want to pay him, because of the training camp. But he know what it is, and Earl admitted it in this interview. He knew he wasn't living right for the net. He knew he was messing up for a whole year, and then he went in that training camp thinking that he could come. No, and he couldn't. He knew he couldn't. He said it. He admitted it. So what? Even if he trained the hell out of Earl Spence, it wouldn't have made a difference. But I really think that Derek James was probably looking at it like, shit, if you don't want to take your career seriously, then I won't either. Shit, and we could just hit the fucking mitts. It sounds like Earl didn't complain about it one time. Salute to you, Detroit, BC. Hold on, what you say? I heard whispers also. Earl not living a boxer's life. Exactly. Like, it's been a lot. Right. What was visibly wrong in that fight. I think, and that's what I'm saying. I think he holding that for some doc or something. The timing was perfect for Bud. It definitely was. I believe Bud told him. It was when he spoke privately. Earl didn't care. Sad story. Yeah, facts. What up? Earl told Bud to get a belt ash. Yeah, that's when he was already up there, and he met him. When he came up there in that red suit, that's when he told him to get a belt. And that's because when somebody said something. So I was right at first. When somebody said something, and then they said something about Earl, and then Earl went up there to that damn fight. And he had that red jumpsuit on. All right, hold up. Get back to it. But we're not dense though, for real. We're not concussed. Like, all of us We're not slow. We've seen the shit. We seen the writing on the wall, bro. We were just fans. We were fans. We were fans. We should have knew that Earl was full of shit like the rest of these damn fighters. But like, I've been upset with Earl. I've been upset with Cuz because he didn't. I don't think he had to go this route for real. He could have told us what. I mean, he didn't have to say all the things that he said. You feel me? Even though it really wasn't much, he just continued to buckle down. I think most of it was just we were just saying. So by that time, it was 2 years in the making. Us as fans and people that make content on YouTube, we were saying so much and going back and forth, bro. It was just so much being, and he did make the shirts and all of that. But this is him milking the game like all the other fighters, bro. Like all the other fighters. I definitely can see it both ways. And I'm disappointed, truly, in Earl Spence because he should have knew he should have been better than that. And he should have took, like, if you're using drinking to open up and talking, then why are you at boxing events drunk? And why are you drinking enough so it to even hinder your training camp? Like, what's up with that? It's not even like drinking is one thing, but having a drink probably once a month probably won't hinder no damn fighter that's in shape in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? So he must have been drinking heavy. You understand me? So it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing that he did the shit. He should have pulled it out. He should have pulled out. See, it's too much money for him to put. Like, listen, he can go in that fight and let Bud stop him because he feels some type of way in the second or third round. He still gets paid. He put out that fight, he don't get paid, and he goes down to be called all of this other shit. You might as well just go in there and just take the L like a grown ass man. You made your bed, now lay in it. You did all of this drinking and all this other shit, lay in it. But get paid. Shit, you didn't do this for nothing. This was the highlight of both of their career. It was just, you know what I'm saying, just didn't turn out well for Earl Spence because of the past and what had already happened to him, what had already transpired. Earl should have moved up and wait for real. He was too big for 147 face. He said it though. He said it like I could have moved up and Bud would have chased me to 154, but then you should have just did that. You should have just did that, yo. But I think if Earl would have came out and been like, man, some things is changing and I'm about to move up, and Bud, we can fight at 154. It can be the first one at 150, the first fight at 154. A lot of people would have made videos and said he's scared because Bud just got at 150, 147, all this other shit. But look at the outcome. He went all the way to 160 and fought Canelo. I'm about to order his new shirt. These pretentious ass dudes talking about they would walk away from 30 mil. No, they wouldn't. I'm saying you've been doing this for all of these years. Y'all fight for less, nigga. Everybody in here has thrown a punch for less. Come on, man. So you gonna say no after everybody gonna call you this and call you that, and you don't even want to talk about the reason why you pulling out. You don't want to talk about that you've been drinking. That's the reason why you want to pull out. So why would you pull out? Shit, you might as well get that money and just lose. A lot of people thought you was gonna lose the way you lost anyway. You feel me? A lot of Bud fans thought he was gonna wash his ass quick and knock him out. They were saying that shit from jump. It wouldn't have made much difference, yo. He would have looked like a fucking punk. He would have looked scared. People would have went on him. His fans would have been disappointed that he pulled out the fight and just went on with life. Or how can you go on with life? Bro, come on. He was fucked up. He took 2 years off. Or how many years off? Hell no. He couldn't pull out that and not explain himself. Yeah, you gotta tell everybody you was drunk. Earl career probably over. I believe he not fighting in the U.S. because the doctors won't release him. I was thinking the same. It must be a bigger reason on why you won't fight here, especially if this might be your last fight. Why not fight here and see and let your fans see you? It got to be a reason behind it. See, it's a lot of things that people be fighters hide a lot of shit. They hide a lot of shit. And it seems like Earl's like every other fighter. It's sad to say, but those days are gone. You know what I mean? He's still my guy, but I can't sit and not see. He was full of shit and just milking the game, which a lot of fighters like, bro. I think Shakur's full of shit and milking the game.
It got to a point to where, you know what I'm saying? I felt like it got to a point too, like my body felt like even in the Pacquiao fight, like I guess I don't know if I was, you know, not living up, I was basically living wrong, bro. You know, even getting ready for Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Before the Crawford fight. Got you. And you can't get in camp thinking, you know what I'm saying? You're not that young when you get in camp and you thinking everything gonna be you good now. Like, nah, you gotta, even out of camp, you gotta live right. So once you get in camp, you know, everything be cool. Just like now, like I'm cool now because, you know what I'm saying, I've been living right. Like I ain't been drinking none of that, like still been working out. So once I get in camp, you know, I'm free flowing. I'm free flowing and that camp, bro, everything was just out of whack. But, you know, and my body was just, it wasn't there, but I wasn't the type of guy who was going, bro, if you look at it, bro, what's the main thing for any organism in the world? What is main goal to do? I don't know. Whatever it is or it has is to preserve that and keep that going. So for me, I knew that this maximum payout, you know, is going to take care of my family. Even if I'm not here, it's going to take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? It'll take care of me. You know, and I didn't know if I was going to box again, you know what I'm saying?
You felt like that before the fight?
Yeah, I felt like that before the fight. Like, I didn't know if I was going to box again ever again. That's why I took so long off. Like, I took this long off. I didn't know if I was going to box again, do anything. So I was like, bro, I'm still going to fight, you know. It is what it is. Like, and I'm not going to make no excuses about it. I'm just going to do what I do. And then whatever criticism come with it, bro, with it. At the end of the day, I'm doing it for a bigger picture. Like, you know, I was hard-headed to do stuff my way. So, hey, I got to be hard-headed too in this sense to, you know, put myself on the altar, man, sacrifice myself.
Yo, $30 million, bro. I'm gonna say, and y'all just gotta be real, man. You wouldn't care about what somebody say if you know what I mean. What you 30 million, bro. You wouldn't care if it took you an hour, less than an hour to make that 30 M's. Why the hell would you care? It's not like you did something to somebody. Like what happened goes on all the time, B. It ain't nothing that's against the law. You ain't do nothing that's frowned up. You just lost a fight. Hell yeah, I will fight anybody for $30 million. I don't care if it's a 300-pound sumo wrestler. I bet you I'll get in there for 30 million. People, yo, you ever heard of throwing a fight? I'm just saying. $30 million. And I believe I had this conversation when they talked about AJ with the 50 million. Bro, it's not one person I'm not fighting for $50 million. Y'all are wilding. Just be honest. It's not like it's real. You ain't really getting it. Just be honest. I'll fight anybody.
I feel that, but what I don't feel is going into that camp. Whose job is it to pick the sparring partners and have that stuff on point?
Derek, you're the teacher, right?
So when you're not sparring, what are you saying here?
I mean, we just working the mitts. The whole time, you just working mitts. Like, you would think he would put on some gloves and have me, like, blocking shots and, like, not, but it was none of that.
I'm getting whooped right now. Nah, man, that's crazy. So when you said your body didn't feel right, what are you feeling?
Just feeling weak, depleted, like, just feeling out of it, bro. Like, I feel like even if I worked out, like I feel like I wasn't getting stronger. Like I wasn't getting any muscles or even, it don't matter how much.
Happy Father's Day again to everybody, and his salute to you, Ishmael. What is good with you? At the same time, you can't tell me Derek wasn't in his ear like, what the F you doing, boy? Yeah, I think, that's what I'm saying. You can't tell me he didn't want that relationship and Derek didn't, know things about this nigga. Like, you not fooling nobody. Bro been coached for a minute. Right. had to be in Earl Air on the Daily about how he be living. Maybe Charlo even seen that shit. You hear what's his name? KEYSHAWN said it. KEYSHAWN was like, he was drinking and his coaches was like, I ain't see that shit, and they don't believe him because there's no way that you're not gonna see it. You in there sweating and shit, getting tired. Yeah, you're gonna know. Okay. Even with his mistake, he's still not like other fighters, in my opinion. If Earl don't take that fight, Crawford is not where he is. So it depends on who you ask. I bet Crawford glad he ain't pulled out the fight. Yo, I was just about to make that point. You right, 2 cents. What is wrong? Come on, computer. All right. Well, when I say he's like every other fighter, I mean, I thought he was the truth. Like, he really didn't. He was a breath of fresh air to me because he didn't lie about everything. But I see he does lie about, you know, his upcoming fights and training camp and shit like that because he did. And people and other fighters lied for him as well and acting like he was all good and he wasn't. You feel me? And that's the reason why Rolly came out the blue and said that he wanted to move up and fight Earl and knock him out because he's seen his training or heard it through the grapevine. Like I said, these fighters know stuff that we don't because everybody's in everybody's business and ain't nothing a secret if you're a fighter coming from another fighter. But I was going to say, man, the opposite way around. You see, Bud was talking about becoming Earl Spence. I remember making a video about it and arguing this fact. Like, it is what it is. You can't become a fighter just because you beat him. Terrence kept acting like he was going to become Earl Spence after he beat Earl Spence. I kept telling everybody, regardless of how bad he beat Earl Spence, he will never beat Earl Spence, bro. Y'all have 2 totally different personalities. And yes, that shit matters. You have to have the look, the personality, the style, you have to have all of that, bro. You have to speak the language and all of that. Like, you gotta be that. You aren't that. You are not that. You understand me? Like, you'll all of your accolade, all of that shit's gonna go higher. Your fan base gonna go higher, but you're not gonna become Earl Spence, my dog. Like, that's the same thing I say about Tank all the time, bro. Whoever beat him, you're not gonna become him, son. Leave that shit alone. You're gonna be your own person, regardless. That's what time it is. You feel me? But like, imagine, you feel me? If the shoe was on the other foot. If the shoe was on the other foot and Earl did the same things that Bud did after he beat Earl Spence and he moved up. He fought a couple people. He moved up. He fought that one fight at 154. He moved up and fought Canelo. If Earl would have did the same thing, having the same wins that Bud had afterwards, he would have been bigger than what Canelo is right now. I mean, bigger than what Bud is right now. And that's just the God honest truth, because you're not him. And that's just life. I know the life ain't fair. Fans attract to certain people, and it just is what it is. At the same time, hold on, wait, I read that. Matter of fact, if I lose, double it. Earl's selfish as fuck. Nobody telling him nothing. Definitely selfish. Yeah, he is family orientated. He is hard-headed. And he fucked up. You're going to smell the alcohol coming off his pores. Exactly, because he's sweating. No way you're not going to know. You feel me? You're going to know. Salute to you, Adam Hurley. Cool to see Spence back. Yeah, it is. It is. People think Terrence ended Earl's career, but the truth is he ended his own career. It was already ended. He ended his own shit. For real, he ended his own career. Y'all seen Earl kept tweeting he will retire when he ready. They was telling that man hang up them gloves up. Yeah, he probably was. It probably was. After I heard the interview, I felt like EJ stacked me up for the bread I lost. God damn. He set you up. You were correct when you said about his accident. Lucky man. Sure, he won a couple fights, but he wasn't the same fight. Exactly. And he admitted it. He was like, I still think I'm good enough to beat these guys or whatever. Bruh, the writing was on the wall. It's kind of like the same thing with the Scooter. When Scooter fought Monster, everybody was acting like Scooter had a chance. Bruh, y'all are saying that this nigga is cheating, that he's double stacking. That's why his punches like this and like that. That's why he got knockouts and shit. Y'all was hinting to cool boy chin getting touched, bro. Y'all are telling us he's gonna get knocked out, but rooting for Cool Boy, going for Cool Boy. Come on, it's the same type of energy.
How much ad work I do, core work or whatever, like it just wasn't translating into, you know, a better performance or just me being just cut up, ripped up, and in shape and all this and that. I don't know, bro. I just the whole camp, it was just. I'll talk about it more when I'm done and I'm retired. Yeah, like I get into like real detail about it and stuff like that because I got
proof on certain things.
But, you know, it was just a whole messed up situation.
Man, you know, sparring partners, they be talking, bro.
Yeah,
and I don't think I heard nothing before the fight. It was after the fight. You know, it was in EJ, and they start, you know, they were saying stuff about the camp and stuff like that. You know, you don't know what's true, but sparring partners was talking, saying stuff like that, like camp wasn't good. He wasn't looking great and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, did you hear some of that?
Yeah.
It was only one person. One person said that he didn't look good in camp. And I didn't see that video until after the damn fight. That shit crazy. 2 Cents said, y'all remember Bud ain't want to fight Earl until after his second accident. Crawford needs some accountability also. The way he played in negotiations and dragging this shit out. Yeah, that's why people don't like Bud, and they looking at this win like it's not really that serious. Earl wasn't even Bud's toughest fight to date when they fought. That should tell you something. And everybody thought it was more of a fight when you seen the fight. That should tell you something. And now he admitting to all of this shit, bro. It's true. He wasn't himself. He wasn't even a shell of half of himself. Like, it was an easy win for Bud because of that. Like, he picked up a lot of easies through his career.
I just heard it now. The dude from Houston, forgot his name. But yeah, I was hearing some of that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't capping on it. Like, I mean, the training camp was trash at the end of the day.
Man, that's crazy. Why them boys got to hit with that NDA at the door? You can't, I mean, non-disclosure?
Oh, yeah?
Heck yeah, man, because they be talking.
Yeah. But, I mean, I wasn't used to none of that because usually I was getting off on my spawn.
They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, they ain't going to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But at that time, I should have did some NDAs and all that on everybody. But
So how you feeling when you get to Vegas the week of? What's your honest mental, like, your confidence level, any doubt?
Well, I got to Vegas probably like 3 weeks before the fight. I was in Vegas for like 3 weeks. And, you know, it was just regular training, like hitting the pads, running, you know, trying to do sprints, trying to do whatever, but just basic training, bro. Like, it wasn't, like, ask anybody who was in Vegas in that gym, like, they didn't see me spar. Ain't nobody see me spar in Vegas.
2 weeks out?
2-3 weeks out. I ain't sparred 6 weeks out.
Brother, come on, bro.
Like, I ain't sparred 6 weeks out. Like,
oh, that's hurting my head.
I got a Korner shot in my rib. Cause my ribs were hurting, so I had to get a cortisone shot to get clear for that. Yeah, cortisone had to get clear for that, like the week of the fight. But it was just, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff going on. But like I said, at the end of the day, I had to get on that.
Salute to you, Pug. Hold up. He didn't hide none of that shit. Salute to you, Ill Will. I think I said what's up. Fans betting on Spence don't care about boxing, martial arts, and also crazy to not put some money on Bud going into that fight, all things considered. I didn't bet on the fight. I hear a lot of people complaining about what they lost on the fight, but that's what a bet is. You don't complain about losing your money because you're the one who made the bet, in my opinion. Bud was waiting him out because Spence said I only got 47 left. Yeah. And he won it undisputed. Spence fucked up showing Bud his cards. That's a fact too. Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
It sounded like you had the worst possible camp.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest moment of your life.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, as man, you got to do what you got to do.
And more than that, yo, even if he had the worst possible camp, he already messed himself up, yo. People were saying they seen glimpse of him not being right in the Ugas fight. Even Charlo recently said that. So I think he went on Twitter and said that he's not blaming Derek James. I can't see, regardless of what you say about Derek, you already said enough, and I already know enough about what happened and outside of the ring during your career. So the blame is on him.
Yeah.
When you say live a boxer's lifestyle, that's why people say boxing is life. You don't never stop doing it. He stopped doing it and started drinking. And then earlier shit in his career that some random person said it from a totally different camp. Like, come on now. And he kept doing it throughout all those wins, all of those years.
The answer is though. What's up? In the locker room, bro. People saying EJ looked sleepy, he looked tired. Was it? Because I know this too. Like sometimes, bro, sometimes you're dealing with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Like you can get that sleepy feeling. Like I didn't feel that. I'm like, but wake up, you gotta shake yourself. Like the pressure's so thick. Sometimes it can make you in that state. And you gotta kind of snap out of it. What was going on in the corner pre-fight? I mean, in the locker room before the fight.
I was tired, bro. Like I didn't really sleep like that because I already knew what
you felt it.
Yeah, I already knew what. I don't know, like, bro. In my mind, I thought this fight gonna be competitive and you know I could win, but you know what I'm saying. I've been felt it like probably for like a month and some change, like damn, like, but just saying in my head, like, you know what I'm saying, you're doing this for your family, like, you're doing this for your family, but, you know what I'm saying, I kind of felt like, you know, it could be bad. It could be bad, but at the end of the day, you know, you gotta be a man. I wasn't gonna not fight, and then I don't know when I was gonna return. Like, I could have been returning now 3 years later type stuff. And I wasn't gonna be one of the fighters that do that, so, you know, I had to do what was best for me.
Man, so he already knew what it was. And he was milking the game. That's why people are upset. And I get it. You feel me? I get it. Absolutely. I was always the person to be worried about a fighter's health more than the win. When Wilder was fighting Fury and he had that dent in his ear, that's all I was thinking about is the dent above his ear. And my video after that, that's all I really expressed is that I'm glad it's over because of the dent in the side of his head. And we now see to this day that it was a serious problem, even though people didn't want to talk about that part. They wanted to talk about everything else. The important thing is that the fight was stopped. And I know people hate to hear that. But regardless, I mean, if he was cheating, like everybody is saying, the man cheated and he had a weight in his head. Why would you want him to continue the fight? You feel me? And you have a lot of the same people talk about how Ryan cheated and all this other stuff, but you was cool with Wilder fighting a man with an actual weapon in his glove is wow. You know what I mean? But to carry on.
I think early on he might have buzzed you with a jab or something like that. I didn't have that happen to me. That's a crazy feeling. The jab is strong if it lands in the right spot, especially early. Yeah. It's like a right hand or in his case a left hand. But as that fight is unfolding, what's going on in your head? Getting caught with shots, you're trying to get your shots, but you're not really landing. Like I think you landed a couple good shots.
I mean, nothing going on in my head. I mean, I was fighting, bro. It's like
you ain't thinking like, dang, it's happening. Like what I felt is happening. You ain't thinking.
Nah. I don't know. I just don't be having them type thoughts in my head. Like, it's happening. Like, you be having them type thoughts?
I mean, I be up most of the time, so
I be going. Like, I'm just going. Like, shoot, I'm trying to fight. Like, that was all in my head. Like, I was just trying to fight. Like,
and I guess I'm asking because that had never happened to you before. Yeah. So sometimes in them type of moments, maybe your brain will take you a place that they never took because this has never happened. Yeah. You're always on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I was just trying to fight, bro. Like, that's all I was trying to do, just trying to fight. Like, it ain't never occurred to me like, oh man, like you was not this and that. Like even when I got off the canvas, it was just you know what I'm saying?
You didn't hesitate, you just got it.
Yeah. Like I was just fighting, bro. Like they just who I am, bro.
So anything that Crawford had that night that you wasn't expecting,
man, you would think like we would go over like him and his southpaw stance, like me blocking the jab. We didn't do none of that in training camp. Like, that's crazy. Hey, we didn't do none of that in camp. You'd think like we'll go over there, like me keeping my hands right here and catching it and shooting back and all this and that. But it was none of that. Like me came out, making me mad. I was just holding my shit like this, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff that you know that could have been different or could have been prevented. Even if I wasn't sparring like that, we could have prevented a lot of things that shouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like just simple placement and me catching a jab from his southpaw stance and things like that. You wouldn't tell him like, "Dear, we got one on this."
Now that lets me know. That lets me know that it's stuff that he just not talking about. Why would you not talk to your coach about the way your training camp is going in the lead of your biggest fight with a dangerous fighter like Terrence Crawford? Earl Spence knew that regardless of the fact, like he knew what was up. You knew what was up. He can't fault Derek, and Derek didn't do much, but at the same time, Derek probably knew, like, man, you've been drunk for like 12 months straight coming in here, or you haven't been in here consistently, or you haven't been, you know what I'm saying, giving your full effort. Now, sometimes your coach get tired of speaking, and maybe since Derek James was already, he's a retired fighter, like he fought pro. Maybe he knew that this probably was Earl's last fight. I know that was the last time he trained him, for real.
I'd have been talking. Damn, bro, that's crazy. Man, if I get stopped in the 9th round, are you coherent? You know where you at? Yeah, for sure. So you was just hurt. Huh? You was just I was just hurt. But you knew where you was at. Yeah, for sure. So I knew where I was at. I even got to the locker room and I told him, like, what y'all looking sad for? I seen that. Like, what y'all looking sad for, man? True up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It happened. Like, I did a lot of people like this. Yeah. Like, this will come with it. Yeah, it come with the game, man. Y'all started looking so damn sad. Like somebody died. Yeah, I remember they had the camera on you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. Was there any party that was relieved that it was over? Been talking about this dude for 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it's been. I didn't even think about that. I ain't think about relieved that it was over, this and that. Like, well, I'm an even kill dude, bro. Like, it wasn't that I was relieved because it's just like it is what it is. Like, damn, like, yeah, it happened and you know this and that, but you know, stuff happened, bro. You gotta be a man about stuff that happen like that. Like, some stuff not gonna happen in your favor, but you know how you gonna bounce back and who are you as a man? Yeah, like I just had to eat it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I ain't like the way it tastes. Yeah, but I had to eat it. Yeah. What was your first conversation like with Derek? Y'all talk that night? Nah. Y'all talk after that? Weeks after? Yeah, we talked a little bit weeks after, but it wasn't really. I came to his house and gave him his check and things like that. I came to his house and gave him his check. You know what I'm saying? If I was trying to get over him, I came to your house, bro. In your house, like, and sat down and gave you a check. You know what I'm saying? So,
I literally never know what.
Goodness gracious, great. This is almost over. And get on with it.
What's your conversation like with Al after that fight? I mean, our conversation's always pleasant. Like, even after that? Yeah, even after that. Like, you know, he was just saying it's cool. It's all right. Like, it was always it was always been pleasant. Like, we talked about, you know, certain things. And, you know, even after that, like, that's how I set up my trust. I set up my kids' education trust. You know, just set up a whole bunch of stuff. That's when he, you know, hooked me up with, you know, people he worked with in business and things like that, and just got everything, you know, situated. There was talk about the rematch. When did that die where you was like, it ain't gonna happen? I mean, I never said it wasn't gonna happen. It just, you know, I think Al knew I don't know, I guess Al just knew, you know, what I was going through, and he knew that, you know, it couldn't happen no time soon. Mm-hmm. Like, it just couldn't happen no time soon. Was that hard for you? Try to get that back? Yeah, for sure. For sure that was hard, for sure. But, you know, I needed that breaking that time off, you know.
It definitely was a positive, me taking that long off from boxing, that long off from going to the gym, and just not just physically, but just getting everything right mentally and just becoming more of a functional man rather than just, just being a man, but just being, a man with, with morals and standards and being about my family and really saying who I say I am on camera.
Yeah. Couple more to get you out of here. What have you learned about people since that law? City, people in general. Like, what's some of your takeaways on that?
I mean, I wouldn't say people are fake. I just, people are just who they are. Just because somebody don't check on me or I don't think nothing wrong with them just because, people got their own life, and a lot of these people got bills, they got paid, they got jobs, they got kids, they working. Man, you'll be surprised how many people that live in paycheck to paycheck and just trying to make ends meet. So I really don't take it in a negative where people didn't hit me up or, didn't really just, keep in touch with me and things like that. Because at the end of the day, I didn't keep in touch with them either. You know what I'm saying? It go both ways. They probably like, dang, why you doing? You know what I'm saying? I never kept in touch with them either. So, I took it for granted salt, but I also, just got deeper and connected with my family and just, and really just used them. I hugged on to them tight, you know what I'm saying? Because it always been like that. Like something happened to me and I go to them and just, they always been my safe place, and I just learned from that to even to today, what I'm saying? This is my safe place. So I just keep them around. I stay around them because I notice every time I'm with my lady, with my family, nothing bad. Hey, it's always when I'm with y'all. Yeah. So I'm with y'all, something bad happened. When I told my lady, I'm like, bro, whenever I'm with you or my family, we good. Bro, nothing happened. Nothing. I can't think anything bad happened when I'm with my family. Yeah. It's when I'm with characters and different other people that something happened every time. Bro. Yeah. So I was like, man, hey.
I think we heard enough of it. For real. They just gonna be shooting shit for real after that. Suit the Dark Can in the building, and I agree with you, Dark Can. I respect that he took accountability and told us what it is, even though it took this long. You know what I'm saying? I respect that he said it. But I believe there's more to say, and he's going to say it elsewhere. He knew. That's what he tried to sue for backlash and bread. Oh. Just makes you feel right. Deflated. That's what I mean. PBC set their fighters up to win in life. These other guys are network puppets, right, and chasing the check. I feel that. For sure. I'm hungry. Stomach starting to talk. Stomach starting to have a lot to say right now. Hold on. I think it's something else I wanted to play. Hold up. I think it's... I wanted to switch. I wanted to switch over and talk about, of course, Shakur Stevenson. Always he's always the topic of conversation. You feel me? Always the topic of conversation. But I wanted to play this first. Get out of there.
Bro, I gotta prove a point to pop up first. I'm not your dog for real. I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course, when you tell me it's your plan to do something first, I'm gonna do it before you. Come on, bro, I gotta prove a point to pop up first. I'm not your dog for real. Tio, whenever you ready to fight, let's make it happen. Who is me? I'm your hating ass homeboy. Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life. You might be the next one too. I will f you up, boy. TMFimo been doing a lot of talking lately. So, hey, I go up to 140 and fight TMFimo. I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I'm close with your family. Once I slime you out, they gonna replace you with me. Your mom gonna need somebody to put on the wheel, bro.
My young buzz. He's my young right now.
Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
Are we gonna fight or not?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I knocked off your plug once the trap started booming. Couldn't let that head get as big as them pockets. That's when I knew I had to stop the motion.
Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I watch your pockets. Can't let them get bigger than mine.
Number one.
Hey, for now, bro. For now. Hey, for now.
We offered him the 25%. He said he said he didn't want 25%. Then he said he wanted 50-50. But it's like, they said I was a bitch, right?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I tell you not to go to church. You might start asking God to remove your enemies. He gonna remove me.
Congratulations with your upcoming, with your daughter coming. I lost one daughter, but I'm happy for you and yours, man. And like she said, I believe you will be a great father, and I respect that.
I appreciate that. But look, all that friendly stuff, dude, I ain't with that. We're not friends.
Look, man, I was thinking, if they did fight each other, they probably wouldn't be friends no more. Hear me out, yo. Yeah. I seen his shorts before. The light-skinned dude. I seen his shorts before. Funny voice. Having it. But if KEYSHAWN Davis and Shakur Stevenson fought each other, they wouldn't be friends anymore, bro. And I can see it now. At first, I was like, why wouldn't y'all not be? I had so many reasons. I still kind of see that, like, y'all still should be friends because it don't make sense. I still feel that way, but I can see how it's possible why they wouldn't be friends no more. Yo, it would never be the same. After seeing the way Shakur's reacting towards Foster, man, after seeing that shit and just the way KEYSHAWN talks, like he's a natural, funny person. Like he has that personality that other people look at, you know? He would probably be friends with anybody that he want to be friends with. It's a lot of qualities that probably he got that a lot of people would want that KEYSHAWN actually have personality-wise. You understand me? Like he can catch the eye quicker. Like he only had a couple fights or whatever. Like when he first started, he was in front of the cameras like and talking like he's been doing this forever. You know what I mean? Shakur's like that too, but their personalities just ain't on the same level. If they fought each other, they wouldn't be friends no more. Because they sensitive as hell. Whoever wins, the loser will be too salty to continue their friendship on the same level. You understand me? And the other friend will pick up on it, and the friendship will never be the same anymore. It will never be the same anymore. Real talk. I really think that when it comes to fighting, Shakur Stevenson gets hit with the left hook to the body by everybody you fight. That's the flush hit that you're going to get on Shakur because of his stance and the way he guards himself and the fact that he moves in kind of the same direction when you're in position to hit him. When he's judging distance and he got you on the end of his punches. No, when you're on the inside, the left hook to the body is what you can really get off. That's like the only one punch that I know that he's not covering for in his defensive position. I see one fighter in particular that drops and stops his opponents with that same body shot, and his name is KEYSHAWN Davis. Yes, they're too emotional to fight. It will never be the same. But go back and look at the last 3 fights that KEYSHAWN Davis had. Look at the way he stopped and how he kept punishing what's his name? Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz. The person the one that was Out of his last fights, man, he was the one that moved the most. That wasn't a come forward like fighter and just like to fight a lot. It was him, Jermaine Ortiz, that moved around. And he kept throwing that left body shot, that left to the body, that left hook to the body a lot. And he stopped him in his tracks a bunch of times, hurt him a bunch of times, dropped him, and stopped him with that same body shot. He dropped him twice with the body shot and stopped him with the body shot. If they spar each other, being that I seen a little clip of them sparring, which is a small clip, KEYSHAWN is a thinker as well. He throws dummy shots to get his shot off. He does that too. And being that Shakur Stevenson, when he likes fighting on the ropes a lot, because that's what KEYSHAWN had him on the ropes in the damn sparring clip. But when you got the drop on him, meaning when you're on the inside of Shakur Stevenson, he's watching out. He's trying to like block everything to the head, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard to get his hands up. But if you know what punch to throw, you can hit him clean. You can get him clean. And one of KEYSHAWN Davis' money punches is the left hook to the body. Remember I said that. The next time you watch him fight or go back and watch his fights, his left hook to the body be hurting people. When you go back, that small Oscar Valdez that was scared to fight Shakur Stevenson at 126, and then he got cornered after taking the T and failing the piss test and beating Miguel Burchell. After failing the piss test, they cornered him, and he had to fight Shakur Stevenson. What did Shakur Stevenson say after that fight? He said he got in the corner, and he told his coach, I feel like I'm going to throw up. He played it off, but Valdez hit him with a body shot that almost had him taking a shit in the middle of the ring during the fight. I'm just saying, it's just something that I see. I definitely see it. But I definitely don't think they would be friends if they fought each other. I'm telling you, the left hook, when you watch, just pay attention. I understand he be leaning back, you know what I'm saying? The left hook up, when he be leaning back, it's the left hook to the body that lands. That left hook to the body, you hear me? He doesn't even have no, being that most of the hot points that people like throwing, most of those hot shots are guarded with the guarded position. And he throw that one away. The left hook to the body is thrown away. Anybody can hit him with that left hook to the body once you get on the inside and he start leaning. So he won't get hit in the face or nothing powerful. That left hook to the body is well open. It's right there. Ribs. It's right there. That's something I see for sure. I wanted to also say that fighters admired Floyd Mayweather. That's why they wanted to be around him, right? This is another, like, people compare Shakur to Floyd. I already compared him once. This is the second time I'm gonna compare him, and it wasn't about his fighting ability. Okay, this is the second one. People admired Floyd. They wanted to be around him. And what did Floyd do with the people that admire him? Like Richardson Hitchens, Javante Davis, that female fighter he had, Carmel right now, Jose, etc. So many fighters that he was supposed to be under his wing and helping or getting his career moved along. All of those fighters left him because he wasn't doing nothing. Carmel need to fight more. You're a brand new fighter, bro. Should be getting 5-6 fights a year like Tiger Johnson and Mason. But that's not what's happening. He held them back, and it seems like it was kind of intentionally. What is happening with Shakur? I wish I had that Boxing Brothers video because I would play it right now. What's happening with him? Real talk. Now, it's very possible that I could be wrong, and this is all somebody else's design, and Shakur is just a fighter. But if you're not helping, you hindering. And it seems like they both will be happy for each other. Like the coach said, I will play his interview later. They both will be happy for each other, whoever gets the Devin fight. But the thing is, if you're not fighting at welterweight and you're not staying at 140, y'all ain't supposed to be in the same weight class. He's going to move up and not stay at 140. KEYSHAWN's going to move up and fight the person that you could have fought years ago. May I remind people, it's been years that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson has been one weight class apart from each other. It's been years. Now this is happening again with him having a title at 140, and he's choosing to move back down to 135. In my opinion, there is nothing to talk about or negotiate about. There's nobody stepping on any toes. It should have never even been said. The truth is, Bill just pulled this out talking about that's what Zuffa want. Something that Shakur is still not admitting to signing. And Devin and Bill is acting like that's the $1 million deal. But the truth is, people are forgetting what was originally said by Bill himself. Originally, the first thing that came out of his mouth what's his name? KEYSHAWN Davis, when he asked, I think it was like, we want both of y'all on the contract. KEYSHAWN said, so you want me first or Shakur first? He asked him. And he said, that's for y'all to figure out, King. Everything changed now. And he's arguing about who's going to be first. That's the bottom line of this whole fucking situation. That's why I said what Bill said doesn't matter. When you figure out that he's lying, don't listen to shit. There's nothing to listen to anymore. All these interviews are nothing. He's just filling the air. They are nothing. His words are meaning nothing. Because you originally told the fighter, you told the mandatory, you told KEYSHAWN to his face on FaceTime, and I'll play the footage. You told the man that's up to you, King. That's what you said to him. That's up to y'all to figure out who Devin is fighting first. So now, why is it such a big deal that Shakur is first? It's nothing else that Bill can say. Now y'all can just cut off all the interviews. Everything else is fucking bullshit. What changed about what you originally said? You was either lying then or you're lying now. Regardless of the fact, I'm not standing for the shit. I'm not sitting there and listening to all these damn interviews. It's bullshit. It's been years that Devin and Shakur has been one weight class apart, though. They want Shakur so bad right now that KEYSHAWN is Devin's mandatory. And nobody see a problem with that. Nobody see nothing. Bill said they're going to allow them to make that decision. Before Devin fight is mandatory, y'all are trying to make a Shakur fight. While at the same time, Devin is calling out nobody at welterweight and acting like he don't want no smoke with nobody besides the dude that got the Dalton Smith, whatever the guy name is that is from the UK. That's all Devin want to fight. For real. It doesn't make much sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's full of shit. Bill and y'all seem scared as shit of KEYSHAWN Davis. Y'all seem scary as a motherfucker. Y'all don't want to fight KEYSHAWN Davis, period. That's why y'all trying to act like there's roadblocks in front of the situation, and it's not. And Bill tried to say that he's been told that he has the opportunity to make the Shakur fight before accepting his mandatory. Bro, he ain't gonna fight you. You're not at the right weight class. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna try to deplete yourself down to 144 to make it happen. You scared. It seemed like you scared of KEYSHAWN Davis. I'm in agreement. You look scared. You look scary, bro. Just make the fight with KEYSHAWN or someone else. Or here, I'm telling you, if it come out that Devin is fighting some other somebody for a unification, then like I said, always, bro, They say things to make you look in one direction while quietly doing something else. It's why it's nothing to listen to anymore. He asked the right question in the beginning of the damn interview. Right when KEYSHAWN went live, and hit that damn FaceTime button, the first question he asked you was the best question he could ask. Which one of us is fighting you first? He said that's up to y'all. So why is it now? So it's a big thing. This is how you keep Devin's name relevant. This is how you keep all of that shit up. It's beginning to be sad. Real talk. It's beginning to be sad. When you look at this stuff, though, Shakur, I'm going to go back to it. What did beating T.O. the way Shakur did do for Shakur's career? Let me ask it again. What did beating T.O. the way Shakur Stevenson beat T.O. do for Shakur's career? Especially now because he ain't staying at 140 and he's moving down. And KEYSHAWN's not staying there either. Now, what would it have done to KEYSHAWN's career if he beat T.O. the way he would have beat T.O.? Being in KEYSHAWN's 15-0 with 10 knockouts. He would have bludgeoned T.O. He probably would have stopped T.O. on cuts, if not dropped him. It didn't do nothing for Shakur's career, but make him look kind of worse, in my opinion. Yeah, you got a lot of eyes on you. They seen more people, but you called out Korner Ben, somebody that just had a fight at 160. And the casuals, guess what? They don't know what weight class Korner Ben fight at. They know what weight class he just fought at. They know he just fought this person, and that person is big as hell. That's what they know. They know that now because all these videos is coming out and shorts is coming out. They know you sat beside him and said that he was small. And then in another interview said that he was small. And in another interview said that he was like your size. That's the problem. Like, it didn't do nothing for your career. Facts, Dark Can didn't do nothing. People are looking at you. If he would stay at 140 and call out another fighter or have another upcoming fight coming up at 140 or talk bad about these champs the way he talked bad about everybody else in other weight classes, act like you want some smoke with the champions or have a unification. Hell, if that was his next fight with Gary Russell, bruh, it would up his career. But the fact he want to go back to 135 and then don't want to, come on, man. It's doing nothing. Now, if KEYSHAWN would have fought T.O., he probably would have stopped T.O. I know he would have dropped him, at least dropped him. He probably would have stopped T.O. It would have did more for T.O.'s career. It would have did more for KEYSHAWN's career if he would have fought T.O. It would have did more for his career, in my opinion. A lot more. So I don't really care much about what Bill is saying. That's just really, I don't care. I don't care about what Bill is rocking, for real. It's a cover. I think he capping, for real. And he just don't want to fight him. He trying to act like Devin wants to fight KEYSHAWN, but he don't. And I don't even hear Devin say nothing. Like, he's not tweeting about KEYSHAWN or nothing like that. So what? He said his name before shit got hot. Shit hot now. So, and then he ain't saying nothing. Bro, quiet as a church mouse. For real. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Let me share my screen. Is this?
them. Is it not Shakur Stevenson?
For 126. You know, Bill and Devin, they started at 135, just like me. You know, so I just feel like they're picking on the naturally smaller fighter that they, you know, if you go back in their box ranking, you'll see it, you know, but I feel like they're picking on the naturally smaller fighters. And the only thing I got to say is, you know, fight somebody your own size, man. You know, fight me.
Hold up, boy.
If he feels like Shakur's the smaller guy, picking on the smaller guy or whatever, then you shouldn't call out Tank when you come back. I'm just being real.
What about Key? Because they trying to say
just keeping the same energy.
They like, all right, well, Shakur's the bigger fight. There's a couple people saying that in the chat. What you think about that? Like, you feel like you and Dev right now is the big fight?
I gotta realize it's a safer fight for him. Of course, it's a bigger fight. These guys been pro since 2016. I went pro at 2021. They got 5 years over me. So, of course, these guys are going to be a bigger fight. They are stating the obvious.
Hold up. Bill's in the chat. Can I bring Bill up? Key?
What's more evident than the obvious of him and Shakur being a bigger fight is mandatory.
Yeah. Well, Key, listen, I got Gustavo coming on tomorrow. I just spoke to him. He said I'm gonna come on tomorrow and clear everything up. So I got Gustavo coming on tomorrow to talk about everything, ordering the fight and all of the stuff with the WBO. But Bill Haney's in the chat. Can I bring up Bill?
Bring Bill.
All right, hold on. Let me bring up Bill Haney. Bill Haney, I have Davis on the line. This is hold up, Bill. This is one of the biggest fights in boxing. KEYSHAWN Davis, Haney is one of the biggest fights in boxing, and we trying to figure out which fight gonna happen. Is it KEYSHAWN or Shakur? I got Key on the line right now.
Hey, man! Shout out to that KEYSHAWN. What's happening, man?
What's up with you?
Oh man, listen, Key, I agree. You're the second man, not the first. Now, unless you telling me that the fight with your big brother. No, I'm just gonna ask you a question.
I'm your military, so I'm taking the first. Don't fool the fans.
Listen, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Is fighting Shakur, wanting to fight Shakur, running from you?
So y'all gonna vacate y'all belt to fight Shakur. That's what y'all gonna do?
No, I just asked a question, Ken.
That's the only way I see it. I see the only way.
I just asked a question.
Vacate to fight Shakur.
Asking me a question, but I'm answering his question with a question. So
okay, so you want to answer it with a. So you're not going to answer my question. You're going to ask me a question. But since you didn't answer me, ask me.
Oh
okay,
yeah, go ahead.
What's your question? Since you didn't want to answer me.
Go ahead, Key.
Are you going to vacate your belt to fight Shakur? Yes or no?
Look at this shit. That was all I really wanted to play, and then he was going to say some bullshit. That's why I'm trying to say, like, this nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. That was all I was going to play. He was going to change the subject, and he wasn't going to answer the question. He wasn't going to answer the question at all. That's what we're dealing with today, in this day and age, with this whole yes is running with this whole.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside.
Now
first, go to Riverside.
What? Hold on. My internet is acting so funky. It's ridiculous. It's acting so funky. Hold on. I did want to play something else. Hopefully this plays. Because damn. Hopefully this YouTube just acting stupid.
Bill, what's going on?
Listen, I don't know if he can speak the way that he can speak for everybody, because we already know he's on the menu. You're on the menu. Hold on, businessman. Hold on. Listen, because it's a package deal, King. Now listen, you and your brother, we want you both. Now listen, you guys got to get together. You got to sign the agreement together that we're going back to back with you, gentlemen, sir. Okay, and that's only right. Listen, like Jay says, if this shit, wait, if Jay said, like he say, if this shit is going down, let's get it over with.
You say me first and Shakur second. That's what you want.
Well, listen, y'all can decide how y'all want to do it.
Me first and Shakur second. That's what you saying? He said y'all can decide how you want to do it.
It's between y'all. It's called a double up. And he's
You see that? That's why nothing the motherfuckers say matters, yo. That's why it doesn't matter now. Nothing matters now. Salute, Marky. What is good with you? Hold on. Moving strategic by attacking everyone, but not fighting anyone who is anyone at the weight. Yeah. He's moving strategic for real. And what was the next one? Now, I'm going to play this on my phone because my computer's acting weird. So, but this is KEYSHAWN Davis' coach. I got like 4 timestamps for him.
I don't even think I have to say too many. His dad, Bill, they're running around, they're talking about making a Shakur. What's your take on kind of everything that's been going on for the past couple of weeks?
I think talking about the Shakur Stevenson fight, when obviously he's making it clear that it's more difficult to make that Shakur Stevenson fight than it is the KEYSHAWN fight. You know, when you got the weight clause and all of the above, it seems like he's just buying more and more time. You know, Bill is great at leaving people in suspense. You know, he says the bare minimum where nobody is really aware of what he's not confirming anything, but he's saying a whole lot. You know, he's talking about a hit list. He's talking about Shakur. He's talking about KEYSHAWN. He's talking about, are they on my list? When this is going to happen, we want both of them. And like, he's buying time. What he's buying time for, I don't know. But that's what he wants people to think.
So if you want to sit at the casino,
oh my. He said some good points in this interview that he's doing. Like I said, I got timestamps. We're not listening to everything.
Strategy, but you know, it doesn't lead to anything besides keeping the people in suspense.
And salute, peace to God. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through, King. Salute to you. What is good with you, Lee Smith? Hope all is well with you.
Worried about what he's going to do next and keeping the eyes on him, which is what he's supposed to do as a manager, coach, or whatever he is for Devin. But it doesn't lead to big fights.
Yeah, that's actually interesting that you said he's buying time. You know, obviously he can only buy so much time because KEYSHAWN has now been named the mandatory for the WBO title. So now that he's the mandatory, you know, they're basically supposed to enter into some kind of negotiations in order to make that fight happen by a certain deadline. And if they don't, it's going to go to first bid. Obviously, I know you're not the manager, right? You're the trainer, the coach. So you're probably not privy to some of that stuff that's going on behind the scenes. But are you aware that any negotiations or talks or anything have even started for the KEYSHAWN Davis fight?
Like I said, I'm just like you just said. I'm just a coach. When it comes to the business side and all of that stuff, you know, Bill is on that side of it. You know, I think it's clear that when he's talking about the 2-for-1 deals and, okay, we want both of those on the same platform, it's not even realistic I think that's the new ducking strategy. When you send out unrealistic contracts.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not new, though.
Knowing that, it's like, why would we do that? You know, and in all actuality, Bill, he knows that if he was to face KEYSHAWN and beat him, because that's what he's claiming he's going to do, face KEYSHAWN and beat him, the stock value for the Shakur Devin fight will only go up.
That's a fact.
So why would you try to negotiate both of the fights first? If you actually believe that you're going to beat KEYSHAWN, why wouldn't you fight KEYSHAWN, build up the actual value for the Shakur fight, and then fight Shakur? Because you're claiming the fight that you wanted to fight both of them. Now, if you beat Shakur, and everybody claiming that this is low bro and all of the above, then I don't think that the value of the KEYSHAWN fight is going to go up. I think it's going to go up if he fights KEYSHAWN first for the next fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, if Foster would have fought Shakur first, would the fight against Ray go up, or would they be saying, nah, Ray don't have a chance?
Worst case scenario, it would probably just be the same as it was before.
Yeah, exactly. The worst case scenario, it would have been the same as it was. But like I said, it's a stalling tactic, in my opinion, when it comes to Bill. What he's stalling for, who knows?
He's wearing two different hats. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Go ahead.
That's all I was saying to him. All I was saying to him is just be honest. You're worried.
You're worried.
You're worried. Be honest. You're not as confident as you're trying to appear to be. Otherwise, because you're making it seem like you're waiting for Shakur.
Yep.
Yo, man, go ahead sign this contract so we can go ahead and fight. You're coming across as you waiting for Shakur. Now, if the Shakur fight gets signed, and like I said before, if he goes in there and beats Shakur, I don't think that's going to rise the stock for the KEYSHAWN fight. I don't think that's going to rise the stock for the KEYSHAWN fight, but it will rise the stock for the Shakur fight if he goes in there and beats KEYSHAWN. So, is it really a good business move to try to press the Shakur fight? Or are you trying to look, man, if we're going to take a loss, let's just get the biggest payday that we can get right now. Because if you plan on being undefeated against both of these guys, why wouldn't you take the fight that actually builds up more money for the next fight?
Well, I think they would, but there's always the what if scenario. Like, I mean, he's already seen what could happen if his son fights a guy who's on PEDs, right? Like, he's seen what happens with the Ryan Garcia fight and how, oh shit, like that almost messed up some stuff if it wasn't for Ryan, testing dirty. So I almost feel like Bill is in a slick way, in the Bill Haney type of way. I think he's trying to make sure no matter what happens with the KEYSHAWN fight, I feel like they know the Shakur fight's not going to happen next. I think they know that. And I always say that because of the way Shakur's team and KEYSHAWN's team, the manager, Jay Prince, I kind of see how Jay Prince is moving right now. Like, he's positioned KEYSHAWN to be the mandatory for Devin Haney. There had to be some kind of internal discussions between Jay and Shakur and Jay and KEYSHAWN to say, look, which one of you guys is going to...
And that's what I kept saying. Jay, ain't no way Jay didn't tell them to play, or Jay could be lying about the play, but I think there's no reason for that. Jay's probably told them both about the play, and they just fucking with the media. They fucking with the plans and seeming tough and shit, actually already knowing what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Only thing they waiting on is the other opponent. What are they going to do? But Shakur and KEYSHAWN, everybody that signed over there to Jay Prince should already know what it is. The only person that's probably being left in the cold is Abdullah Mason, because he won't fight everybody.
Devin. There has to be, because of exactly what you're saying. Whoever fights Devin, right? Whether it's KEYSHAWN first or Shakur first, both of y'all think you're going to win. So whoever fights him first, that's going to put a stain on Devin for the next guy. So if KEYSHAWN gets him first, that's going to I'm not saying it's going to mess up Shakur's money, but in a way, it's going to mess up Shakur's money. And vice versa. If Shakur fights Devin first, it's going to mess up KEYSHAWN's money. So there had to be some kind of discussion between Jay, KEYSHAWN, Shakur to say, hey, look, this is what we're going to do, right? So because of that, Bill's not stupid. He
all of this is like for nothing. Bill saying that shit was just for talks. He never had no intention of putting Devin in there with both KEYSHAWN Davis and Shakur Stevenson. They came out saying the Zuffa deal had Shakur's name on it if he could get Shakur to fight or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really I don't think Zuffa's asking for no KEYSHAWN Davis fight. KEYSHAWN is only in the picture because he's now the mandatory, and he either got to put up or shut up because he's the champion. So he's trying to I don't even think Zuffa probably could very well has nothing to do with this shit, and it could all be a lie. Zuffa could probably want him without fucking Shakur on the joint. Just like I said, Shakur hasn't even admitted to even sign in the zoo for this is all games. Do you hear me? It's all games. They're playing a bunch of games, man.
He's moving in a slick way. And I think what Bill is trying to do, I think you're right. He is waiting on Shakur. And there's a reason why there hasn't been any, AKA, if that's as
the order of the fights is definitely important, especially to Bill. Like you just said, how.
Oh my goodness. That shit came on loud as hell. Sheesh.
How Jay is orchestrating, like, okay, we're the mandatory now. We're approaching it from nothing about that is like, what if we lose? You know, we just saying after we beat him, it's gonna mess up Shakur money. After Shakur beat him, it's gonna mess up KEYSHAWN money. Bill is worried about if I lose, it's gonna mess up my money for the next one. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm looking at it. Like, because like I said, if you're as confident as we are, then you would take the KEYSHAWN fight, which is already ready to go, and you can name it. You can negotiate an even bigger price for the Shakur fight if you're actually ready to go for this KEYSHAWN fight.
Hold up, the timestamp.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, he's asking for Devin.
He's asking for Devin. He's asking for Devin. He's asking for Lamont.
Why did Bill bring up the experience? Like, was he trying to downplay the fight? Like, or was he trying to just say KEYSHAWN's not ready? Like, was it just a back and forth?
When he was talking about the experience, you know, a whole lot of people in the comment was like, he's not ready. That's little bro and all of the above. And I said to him, I said, look, if y'all believe that Devin and Shakur is on the same level, and y'all saying that KEYSHAWN is not ready, then why y'all keep asking for KEYSHAWN to fight Shakur?
That's a fact. Everybody that want KEYSHAWN and Shakur to fight each other, you have to admit that Devin and KEYSHAWN is on Devin's level. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? Let him say it again.
Not ready, that's little bro and all of the above. And I said to him, I said, look, if y'all believe that Devin and Shakur is on the same level, and y'all saying that KEYSHAWN is not ready, then why y'all keep asking for KEYSHAWN to fight Shakur?
Devin and Shakur on the same level.
That's a good question.
You know, if KEYSHAWN is ready for Shakur, and y'all saying that Devin and Shakur is on the same level, how the hell are y'all keep still referring to him as little bro when it comes to Devin?
Because the way he act.
Yeah.
That's a contradiction right there.
Yeah.
He act like little bro.
Why they're mentioning him with all the rest of them already.
Right. I do think that Bill, like, I understand why actually I don't understand. I mean, I do a little bit, but if you're thinking money and there is some concern about, hey, this could jeopardize, you know, X, Y, and Z fight, I do understand why he would probably be trying to push for Shakur before KEYSHAWN, because, you know, they already have a little more quote unquote history than KEYSHAWN and Devin do. So, you know,
so he's saying it's a bigger money fight if you fight Shakur. But okay, I got one more timestamp. And then we can get on to this new Shakur interview, and I'm gonna get on up out of here. My stomach growling.
And I think everything that Bill is saying right now is repetitive because.
Salute to Tay Brown, the real queen of MMA in the building. What is good with you, queen? Definitely appreciate you coming through.
It's the tour. Like you said, he already got his performance sketched out. Now, I did a live yesterday with on Mill City, and Bill ended up he called Bill up there. First it was me and Zab, and then it was Bill.
Oh, you didn't know he was coming on?
No, I know Bill was coming up. No, so the questions that he's asking. Now it was cool when it was just me and Mill. It was even cool with just me and Zab. But then he started asking a whole bunch of questions that had nothing to do moving the goalposts. So if Shakur and KEYSHAWN both sparred with Terrence Crawford. Who do you think looked more impressive? And I'm like, yo, what the hell is? I'm thinking like, and I hear people. Once I finally looked at it, I just looked at some of that interview today, and people in the comments like, yo, why he got him thinking so much? I'm like, I'm really thinking like, what the hell has this got to do with anything? But it's hilarious because, like I said, Bill, you got to give him his credit when it comes to moving the goalposts. I'm listening to him ask these pointless questions, and I'm asking him, yo, why do we keep on talking about fights that we already know that's not going to happen? How Shakur looked in there with KEYSHAWN, that fight is not going to happen. How KEYSHAWN looked in there with Terrence Crawford, that fight is not going to happen. Why don't we talk about the fight that we all are talking about that could possibly happen, is whether or not Devin is going to fight KEYSHAWN.
Big sale on Shine.
Oh
Big
my
discounts.
gracious, man.
You
Right
can
now,
get
I
one.
do
Big
something.
item is hot sale now.
Yeah, but who else got up there? He started asking Devin him. So that fight that y'all had against each other, don't you want to tell the world about that legacy? I'm like, yo, bro.
So he's gonna go on and on about how Bill was deflecting. And this is KEYSHAWN's coach. I'm telling you, they don't want the fight, and it's all bullshit. Okay. Now let's move on to this this Shakur Stevenson interview. Salute to you, Michelle.
Whatever they stand for, y'all feel like y'all are just bigger than the athletes that's, for me, like Wazoo. I'm young, black.
Oh, you live here full time with it into that dark place of
Blessed with an IQ that I learned a lot from just watching. But I want to say, like, when I lost in the Olympics, I didn't train that hard for the Olympics. Like, I remember, like, specifically, like, everybody was training hard. I'm like, man,
that's such a harsh statement.
But at the time, I'm thinking I'm the shit. I'm like, none of these guys could beat me. I go to all these tournaments and I win. And it became easy to be overconfident when you were blessed with a high IQ. And I feel like after the Olympics, everything kind of shifted. I'm like, damn, I lost because I got tired. Like, I didn't lose in the Olympics because of my skills. I was the better fighter. I was clearly the better fighter. Like, if you really watch the fight, you can see that I'm the better boxer and I should have won the fight. But once I gassed out, he kind of threw a bunch of punches and tricked the judges into believing he won the fight. So
that's the part that I don't understand why Shakur do that. Because you take a minute, you think about what you're going to say, and then you change it up, bro. How you going to say he threw a bunch of fighters and tricked the judges into thinking that he won the fight? And you're admitting that you got tired. And may I remind you, when this shit happened back then, years ago, when you was at the Olympics crying that you lost, you said to the person that spat out to the Rican, or shout out to him, he did his thing. I just don't like losing. That's what you said out your mouth. And that's what made me mad. A lot of people cry because they lost a fight that they feel like they won or got robbed in. And I understand that. To be black, period. You know what I mean? Regardless. And I'm just speaking from my side. If you are somewhere that's predominantly that you feel like they don't want you to win, and you watch somebody and they give it to the other person, it's going to make you want to cry. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not faulting him for crying. That's not the problem. The problem is you cried knowing that you did not deserve the win. You admitted that you did not deserve the win while you were crying. That was my problem. That sounds like some spoiled brat shit. Like, for real. Like, bruh, all right, suck it up then, son. You know that you didn't, you know what I mean? You know he deserved. You said it like he beat you, but now you acting like it was some other shit happened. You know what I mean? And he just tricked the judges. Fuck out of here.
for me personally, it's like, shit, train harder. You come in tip-top shape, you'll never lose. And that was the main thing going into my pro career. And I done had laps. Where I felt like I didn't train that hard, but it's easy to not be motivated when you don't have big names in front of you. Like, you got guys that's like, you got to carry the whole show, and fans not really too excited. They just want to see you fight somebody. So I done had times, but I think now I'm at that point of time to where the version of me that I fought with Tio, yeah, be that everybody gonna get to see every time out. Because when I fought Zepeda, I wasn't that same version. But when I fought Tio, I was a whole different version. So
now, see, I don't like that.
Gonna get to see
Let's say it
the
again.
version of me that I fought with Tio, yeah, is going to be the version of me that everybody going to get to see every time out. Because when I fought Zepeda, I wasn't that same version. But when
he said as though the version he was with Zepeda was like a lesser version, and the version that he was with Tio was a better version. Probably for you, but for us, no, because like when you fought Zepeda, it was a real fight. It was entertaining, not because you got hit a couple times, because you looked like you were fighting. You were throwing both of your hands and all. That whole shit with Tio was a relaxed shit. It was relaxed. You just was throwing the jab the entire time and variations of the right hand because you were standing in the southpaw stance. Your right hand is your power hand, though. You was standing in the southpaw stance, not using your left hand, throwing one shot most of the fight. Bruh, that's not entertaining. For you, it might be good, but for you to say the fans are going to see this, you know, this version of you is, bruh, that's not nothing to get excited about.
For T, I was a whole different version. So,
yeah, this thing is sick.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Seriously.
It was going into the Tio fight that was the most, not nervous isn't the right word, but how do you feel? Okay, yeah.
For sure. It's the biggest fight of your life, and you got nerves and like things to where like
rated at that in the public. Do you feel like that fight with Tio showed a completely different side of you that now any sort of element or criticism should just be eradicated?
Nah, I think that at the end of the day, I'm young, black, and I win. And being that that's the case, I feel as though they're gonna hate me regardless. Like it doesn't matter what I do. Even after the Tio fight, I feel like the hate got even louder. Like everybody now, yes. In America, see you probably in London, so you don't get to see. But in America, it's like they all hate me. Like everybody, like
why though? What is it? Are they coming for your style or are they coming?
Now he knows that's really not true because he knows he has his own fan base and people that look up to him. Yada yada yada. He knows that's not the absolute truth. And for real, bro, you can go just live in UK, live there, fight there, be a UK fighter. Like these rich people that always talk about this and tell you got the means to change all of that. You just want to sit here and complain and talk about it, bro. And it's a reason why we don't like you. And it's not because you're young, black, and rich. Because to be for real, they act like when they say that shit, boxers are the only ones that's young, black, and rich, bro. It's a lot of people that's young, black, and rich that don't box. That's not even athletes, bro. What are you talking about? It's not, and they're not getting criticized the way you are. So stop it, man. For real.
For your character, what is it?
No, they just don't like me. I win.
And she said it.
Everybody like.
Why though? What is it? Are they coming for your style or are they coming for your character? What?
She said it. They're coming for your style or your character. She already knew what it was. Both. That's the answer. They're coming for both. They're coming for the man's style and his fucking funky character, and he don't even want to admit it.
No, they just don't like me. I win. Being a winner is like.
They don't like you because you win. Come on, man. You talking about what? The racist people? It's only a certain demographic of people that don't like motherfuckers because they win. That's what people said about Floyd Mayweather, and a bunch of black people adopted it for what I don't know. Oh, he ruined the sport because he didn't lose. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And Floyd still considered TBE, and they didn't hate on him the way that people be hating on you, dog. For real talk. They didn't talk about him in the same type of the things that people say about you. They never said about Floyd Mayweather. It's not about you winning. It's about the things you say and that you don't care about the things that come out of your mouth. And then you expect people not to say something. And then when they do, now you want to say, oh, they all hate me and shit. Like, bro, all you got to do is not be a Spanish fighter and not say nothing. You understand me? Be Jose Ramirez. Do that. Like I said, a lot of these times, man, he's not a bad fighter, and all of this shit's just the fact that you can't stop bumping your lips, man. It's a lot you be saying. Salute to Thomas Hill in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming in the building. What is good with you, Maximus Royalty in the house?
It's hard to be a winner in America with people that they don't like to see you win. They don't like to see winners. They hate winners. Like if you watch LeBron James' career over the years, like y'all probably love LeBron James in London, but a lot of people hated LeBron James through the years. But he was one of the best players to ever do it. He one of the greatest of the.
Man, and a lot of these people act like racism don't exist. Yeah, everybody's hated on. Shakur, regardless, yo. Everybody has haters, especially if you're rich. A lot of people that's not rich is going to hate on you. LeBron, a lot of people that stars, They had to pass people to be that. The people that was left behind, they're gonna hate on them. The people that should have had that spot, but they got outbeat, but they got outran and outscored by LeBron. Now they don't fucking play basketball no more. Bro, yeah, they're gonna hate LeBron. But he's inspiring. He helps people. He has his own fan base. People spend money on him. It's more love than it's hate, but people love talking about the hate. It's crazy. It's crazy. And he's not really being honest with this chick.
People that I don't ever seen play basketball, so I think everybody hates a winner, especially when you're black.
Has it been a process to kind of accept that? Like early on, did you want everyone to love you? And then was it hard to deal with the hate? And are you at a point now where you just don't care?
Yeah, it definitely was like, it was a different, I went through so much things in my career to where it's like on and it's off, then it's on and it's off. And I feel like when I fought Edwin De Los Santos, I feel like the whole world kind of like turned against me. I'm like, damn, like this is kind of weird. But I think now, like I'm at a point where it's like, it's whatever. It comes with winning. Like, y'all just got to sit back and hate me even more because I'm going to keep.
See, Shakur is really looking at it like us fans shouldn't care about when fighters lie about camp or the way they're going to fight in the fight. As long as they win, we should look at it all the same. That's how he be talking and living his life through boxing. But that's just really not the truth. That's not the case of the matter. A lot of fighters want you to be 100% honest because you're that guy. And if you are that guy, you shouldn't have to lie about what you're going to do in the ring. Like, do you have to say those things? Does it matter? If it does matter to some people, the fact that you know that that's what's bothering people, but you say it anyway, and you say, I don't give a F about the fans to the mic during the press conference in the lead up of a fight, what do you want us to say? What do you want us to say? And of course, you're not going to keep it greasy and be like, oh, I'm injured before the fight. But you could have said that after the fight. And you didn't have to wait, bro. You could have said it when the mic got in front of your face and you were still standing in the ring that you was dealing with injuries and I just couldn't say anything. Fuck excuses. Is it the truth or not? And more than that, they said you was dealing with 3-4 injuries. How you going to have that much pride in this situation, but not in others? It just doesn't make sense. Don't make good sense.
I'm going to beat the guys that y'all think that I'm not going to beat. I'm going to show why I'm the best, and I'm going.
And nobody cares. That's what I've been said, man. Ain't nobody mad that you winning. Nobody's mad that you don't get hit. Like I said, you can't rob people of entertainment, especially when they're looking forward to a fight or pay for one. If you ain't going to get hit, but hit him. I'm not trying to go through 60 seconds of watching you in the ring and you haven't landed or thrown one punch. I'm not trying to see that shit at all. 60 seconds is way too long for fighters not to throw one punch. 30 seconds is too long. Don't rob us of all entertainment because you don't want to get hit. And any person would tell you, if you're going to go into a fight only being defensive, you're not going to get hit as much as if you go in that fight trying to hurt the other fighter. And it's not because you're not being defensively sound or aware. It's because you are open to get hit when your hands aren't in a defense position. So you have to be throwing a punch. And when you're throwing a punch, your hands ain't in a defense position. But if you're not throwing punches and you just been, come on, bro. It should be common sense by now. Salute Blue Bud Sports TV in the building. What is good with you? My computer is acting so funny.
I'm going to stay focused and stay dedicated to my craft. So for me now, I really don't give a like, I don't care.
Did it get you down though at that period?
Yeah, I had a certain time of depression. Like I didn't know it during the time, but when I look back on it, I'm like, damn, I was depressed. Like when you just sit up in your room all day, and you don't want to leave out your room, you don't get a haircut, you don't get to do nothing for yourself. You just shower and stay in bed. Yeah. I think I went through a time of like real depression, and I didn't know it at the time. I'm telling you, I did not know during the time that that's what I was going through. But I think it kind of got to me, being that the fans turned their back on me, and I went in the ring with one hand. Like I went in the ring literally with one hand to a fight, and still got the job done. Like I still figured out a way to come out victorious that night, but everybody just turned against me.
And how did you come out victorious? I still want to know, how did he actually beat Edwin De Los Santos to gain that vacant title? How come that wasn't a draw? I don't really know what was going on for him to actually win that fight. But both of those fighters are signed under Jay Prince. So I still don't understand why. Just like I said, if you had one hand, why not voice that at the post press conference or during the interview right after the fight. Why not say that shit then if you know you stunk up the joint? Let's just be real.
I think they always waiting on any moment for me. Like I was kind of so perfect throughout my career to where that night, that moment.
And he said it perfect through his whole career. That's the reason why we asked you to move up and not other fighters that got dropped already. Not other fighters that ain't washing every opponent that they have. Because evidently they still got work down there. But if everybody you fighting is easy, you ain't never get dropped or nothing, maybe you should move the fuck up and challenge yourself. That's what it's called. Daring to be great, right?
Just was like, oh yes, we finally get to see it.
Who helped you get out of that point in your life?
Me. Once you go through like certain things and it's like you just wake up one day and be like, man, fuck that. What the hell am I sitting here mad about a bunch of people that don't know me? Like at the end of the day, my family.
It's crazy that he said he didn't say KEYSHAWN helped him out that situation. He said he helped himself out his own damn depression. Funny, huh?
That's another thing too where
what's poppin'?
Come on. And I hate this one too. It's can sound like a perv eating that damn sandwich.
What's poppin'?
Oh my God, did they really do that shit twice on me? You know, I hate that ad. I hate it.
Things throughout his career. Probably got one of the best legacies that I have ever seen. And fans still to this day don't appreciate him. Fans still to this day sit there and talk bad about Terrence Crawford. And I don't think there's nothing you could really say bad about that man because that man is he's a legend.
Yeah,
he's a real legend. So for me, I understand. Like, okay, I think part of his retirement he didn't get his just due.
Yeah,
like he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard though because I think that's what draws people back in is when they didn't get the appreciation or the send off or the something. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off. Not this time.
Yeah,
not this time. Trust me, I know. But only way you probably get him back, you are gonna have to offer a bag that's going to be like some crazy shit. And I don't think nobody's just gonna give him a crazy bag because he beat all of the people in or around his weight class that people want to see.
Seeing him retired now, does it give you kind of more of a acceptance of eventually retiring? You know, sometimes it's hard to envision a life away from boxing. Now that you're seeing him do it and hopefully quite enjoying it, does it make you feel more at peace when eventually your time comes that you will walk away?
No, I really don't. I don't see nothing from that because that's his journey and that's his story. With my journey and my story, I feel like I don't even want to be boxing as long as he did. With all due respect to him, like he boxed to 38 years old, and I want to be done maybe like 33. So for me,
all right. With that information, he said he want to be done at 33. And he turned 29 this year. All right. He's saying he's going to move back down to 135. He also recently said in the interview that he got time. He said he don't see Devin moving to 154. He basically, that's what I'm saying. He don't give you a guarantee or say that he's going to do something, but the stuff he be implying shit and he make you think like that's what he mean or this is what he's saying, bro. You was just talking like, bro, I got years to move up, bro. I can move up to 140 or 147. Devin's still gonna be there and all of that stuff. I don't have to take the fight right now. All this it's bullshit. If you plan on retiring in 4 years, bro, you gonna retire? You're not gonna be at welterweight, son. You don't even want to be at 140 right now. Man, for real. Seriously.
No, I mean, I'm glad he did it. I'm proud of him for doing the things that he did his way. But for me, when I get there, I'm gonna be done with it. I'm just gonna keep it moving because I'm not trying to have like brain problems and all of that. Like I'm in this sport to make my money and become one of the best and show people how great I am. And I'm done. Like I'm cool. Like I'm cool. Fuck. Like I'll be in or around the sport because I love boxing with all my heart. But nah, I'm good off it.
Yeah. Well, the competition side will probably keep up between you and Terrence because after your fight with Tio, didn't you go to play ping pong straight away? Table tennis.
He's been whooping me in ping pong for years. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's weird though because it's not weird, but he's the reason why I beat a lot of other people. Like when I understand it, but only reason why he beat me that dude mental is like no other. Like I ain't never seen nobody.
All right, listen to this shit.
Do you compete in any other sports where you beat him?
Yeah. What? I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to beat him at anything. But more so like a video game. Like we pull up a video game, I'm whoop his ass. But like basketball, he be cheating though too. Like I want to say
he just said he cheats in basketball. Listen to his reason.
Last time we played, right? I want to say I went up maybe like 8-zip or like 9-zip. I felt like he couldn't guard me. He's bigger than me, so what he does, he's gonna try to like bully me and like go to the paint, use his size on me, and I feel like it ain't cheating, but it's like okay, bro, you just took a cheap way out.
Yeah.
Now that same process, hold on to it, my guy. Hold on to that thought process Shakur Stevenson, that's how the hell we look at you. Do you get it now? Do you get it? And I know that's what the hell I look at your ass. The same shit you just said. Hold on to that. Hold on to that thought process. Because that's what the hell you do throughout your whole boxing career. Let me rewind it back. That's what you and you called it cheating. You called that shit cheating. That shit ain't cheating, nigga. In basketball.
It's like no other. Like I ain't never seen nobody with a mental like Terence Crawford. So
Do you compete in any other sports where you beat him?
Yeah. What I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to beat him at anything. But more so like a video game. Like we pull up a video game, I'm whoop his ass. But like basketball, he be cheating though too. Like I want to say the last time we played, right? I want to say I went up maybe like 8-zip or like 9-zip. I felt like he couldn't guard me. He's bigger than me, so what he does, he's gonna try to like bully me and like go to the paint, use his size on me, and I feel like it ain't cheating, but it's like okay, bro, you just took a cheap way out.
Yeah, it's so good.
You've been taking the cheap way out your entire flipping career, G. Do you understand the thought process now? Do you understand, Shakur? That is the same shit you've been doing this whole time. No, it's not cheating. What he doing ain't cheating. No, it's not cheating. The strategy, what he's doing is not cheating, but you're taking the cheap way out. And you're milking the damn game. You're taking the cheap way out and you're milking the game. Like I've been saying, you do not fight at your fullest potential because you don't fight the people you need to fight. And the fact that you at 140 with this title, bro, they got to respect you because you have it and you plan on dropping it and moving back down to 135 to fight the likes of Abdullah Mason. Who you going to fight? These people coming up? That's just getting, bro. Who are you down there trying to fight? And you talking about money fights? Is this all about Tank? Tank will fight you at 140. I'm more than sure he will. I'm more than sure he would. And the fact that you keep talking about how small you are, you can campaign at 140 just like Gary Antoine Russell and make 138 faithfully, just like he does his whole damn career for years. For what, a decade straight? He been making that weight. And when Tank want to fight you, or when you say yes to the fight, or whatever the case may be, you mean to tell me you can't make 135? Like, let's be for real. You be telling everybody to come down and they wait for a catch weight or this, that, and the third, but you can't. If you was making 138 faithfully, you can't come down 3 pounds. You can't come down 3 pounds to fight Tank at 135. Is that what you're saying? Who are you fighting at 135 if you dropping the title with all these people at these people are already calling out Shakur Stevenson at 140. You got Tito Mercado calling him out at 140. You got Gary Antoine Russell already calling him out at 140. People at 140 want a piece of your ass, and you want to move down to 135 for Abdullah Mason for real. That's who it is. Just because he's not your boxing brother, you should stay at 140 for Jay Prince's sake. So he can have talent at 135 with a title and Abdullah Mason. He can have you at 140 and he can have KEYSHAWN Davis at 147. But no, you don't want to do all that. You ain't trying to do all of that. That shit is whack. Right, yo? Right. I'm just saying, this shit is whack, man. It's whack. Absolutely terrible. Salute Lone Star. Shakur Stevenson, the most talked about boxer right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always strange times in the boxing community. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Grace and abundance definitely to you to multiply as well on this Sunday morning. Salute to you, PGH Big Doll. What is good with you? All right. I got a couple more time stamps. We're going to get on out of here. I've been here for 3 hours and a half. Jeez, time be flying nowadays.
On social media, whether it's like you and Terence, Andre Ward, when you three are like together, it just automatically starts turning into some sort of like, yeah, it's crazy.
Always. But I mean, my everyday life is like that. So it ain't nothing new. Like I do this with my brothers and we sit there and argue and fight and all the types of shit on a daily basis over competition. So I think competition is really my biggest like thing within myself. Like I can't get away from it.
You have to win everything.
Yes.
Back to boxing now. After your fight with Tio, Conor Ben got into the ring with you. People were kind of thinking that maybe that fight could have been happening next. What happened after that night when he got into the ring? Did you speak about a potential fight? And
yeah, I told him let's make the fight happen, but I heard like that they don't want to fight. as far as what I heard.
They just want big money fights, and he was just defending himself, like for real. Wasn't he just defending himself?
144.
Like it just seemed like to me they was sitting beside each other at that interview, and Korner Ben was being himself. Both of y'all was defending yourself verbally. Nothing was really made as far as a fight for real. Y'all was just talking shit. And then you called him in the ring, which he further defended himself. He don't want to fight you, bro. He said no to the Rolly fight after roughing him the fuck up ringside. He grabbed Rolly by the neck and pulled his head down and everything, bruh, please. He roughed up Ryan in front of his wife, he said, bruh, and he don't want to fight none of them, for real. So, I mean, you take a number. It's a line. Shit. Y'all have jackets. Everybody want to fight fucking Korner Ben. All of y'all got members only jackets.
Any fight would happen at 144?
Listen here, I challenge myself. Like I'm with the challenges. But when I posted that, I'm just showing like how much I weigh. Like, think about it, right? Everybody's like, oh, he's ducking Devin, he's scared of Devin and all of this bullshit that comes with it. But truthfully, like when me and Devin fight, Devin is going to be 20 pounds bigger, which is why like he's so eager to jump in the ring with me. And like for me, it's like I'm with the fight, but that's why I said the 144 thing to it. Like, okay, you come down in weight somehow. That way we meet in the middle, and I'm down with it. Like I think Devin is a tremendous fighter. I think that they pussy. Like I think when it comes down to it, like if you're begging to fight somebody that's way smaller, just like they did with Tank for years, I feel like it's pussy. Like you ain't just eager to jump up and fight Boots. Like that ain't really what you're thinking about. You're want to have a advantage over somebody. So I feel like honestly though, I done seen it. Like I done seen the greats do it, and that's where it's like it becomes a challenge for me too. Because like I'm willing to challenge myself. Like Floyd beat a big Canelo, Usyk beat a big Tyson Fury, and there's other stories in the sport of boxing to where the smaller guy beats the bigger guy. But for me, I'm all for it. Like I think that's going to show why I'm truly #1 pound for pound fighter.
Like I said, first of all, fighters need to stop talking about pound for pound, bro. Stop it, yo. Stop trying to strive to be on the pound for pound list. It's just it's people's opinion. That's something that we talk about. It's not for fighters to want to be on some damn opinionated. Regardless of what you do, it's all about favors. It's all about who's your favorite. Well, who cares about that list? But anyways, man, salute to you, Powerhouse. Did you say fight Boots? Don't pick on me. Basically, yes. Like man, I'm just saying, like, what he's saying about Devin hasn't changed. Like you still, it didn't stop you from walking in the ring. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care what people are saying as far as like, oh well, but they were in things changed in my mind because I now know the truths about a lot of questions that I had. You know what I mean? And now I see how people are moving and putting things together. You feel me? It don't even matter that Devin was at 135 when Shakur moved up and got in that ring. Shakur knew they was moving up. Because everybody knows everybody's business in boxing. We just don't be knowing shit. He knew that he was moving the fuck up, for real. And nothing really changed. When he came back with the offer that he didn't like for 25%, everything that he's saying about Devin still was true. Nothing really changed about the weight. You still had to meet in the middle. Devin was officially, I believe, at 140 when he said what he said about giving him 25%. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on certain fighters. Yeah, the greats do it, but they don't make sure that it's only with certain fighters. It's with whoever wants to smoke. That's the difference in between old fighters and new fighters. Old fighters, they fought whoever wanted to smoke. Fighters today, they fight people depending on if it's a big money fight or if they think they can, if it's an advantage over them, and they can go up there for one fight and come back down where it's safe at and shit like that. It wasn't the same like that back in the day. So people keep acting like, you know, people keep bringing up old fighters and acting like you can compare them to these new fighters. You actually can't. It's only a handful of fighters that got that old mentality, yo. It's only a handful of them, man. Let me finish.
Just for the boxing.
I feel like your Instagram story got a nibble from them. Did you see what Bill Haney posted?
Yeah, I see what he posted.
Posted the exact same photo with his weight of like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So I feel like they knew that was almost targeted a little bit at Devin.
I think they pussy. I'm gonna keep saying this. I think that
And about the weight, though, and I said this earlier, I'll say it again. With him posting that he weighed 148, a pound over Tank, man, Tank hasn't fought in over in damn near a year and a half. In 3 months, it'll be a year and a half. Okay, it's been a year and 3 months. He hasn't had a fight. He's been in jail. He's been on, I know he's been heavy depressed. I know he probably hasn't been in the gym half as much as Shakur Stevenson in the last year and 3 months. Shakur just had a fight in January. And the whole time trying to convince the public that he's too small to stay at 140, that he just got the WBC and ring title at. He's going to move back to 135 and have no title at all. That's what he wants to do. So I'm more than sure he's been saying in the gym, like he's been saying all of these interviews, that he live in the gym, he stay in the gym, he always go to the gym. I go to the gym. I don't be out, I go to the gym. Okay, Tank ain't going to the gym in the last year and 3 months, and he weighs 147. Your walk around weight isn't 148. It's what your weight is now because all the stuff you've been doing in the last year and 3 months. And the fact you haven't been to jail or going through depression. It's just not the same. It's just not. It's not the same. Even though these people aren't the same, of course, it's not going to be the same when it comes to their weight. But damn, he's the one that was pushing Tank to show how much he weighs so he can show how much he weighs, bro. You've been working to this. Tank been trying to get his life straight. I'm more than sure he hasn't been in the gym half as much as you. And I'm just being real. More than sure.
That dumb dudes is pussy. I think, because even like in this situation, right, I'm going to explain it all. Like when we talking about Devin, I feel like I was not even like focused on Devin. Like, with all due respect to Devin, like, me and him had our beef at 135 when we was actually the same weight class. After that, I beat Tio. Now it's like, shit, my campaign mainly is like 140, 135. Yes, I would fight Conor Ben because for me, I think Conor Ben is like, it's just like a big bag to go get. Like, you want to go get a big bag, go to fucking Conor Ben. He's easy. But.
Hold up. Then they got the double ads.
It's like, damn, I'm doing my thing. Now y'all just go on every platform. Shakur. Like, God damn, y'all so obsessed with me. Like, leave me alone. I'll just go about my business. But now look, you called on something and y'all just fiending for it. So now let's do it. Now I want to show now, like, I'm home.
Are there actual negotiations going on for that fight, or is it just what we're seeing?
Hold up. Let me wind that a little bit.
Let's do it. Now. God damn, y'all so obsessed with me. Like, leave me alone. I'll just go about my business. But now look, you called on something and y'all just fiending for it. So now let's do it. Let's do it. Now I want to show now, like, I'm home.
Are there actual negotiations going on for that fight, or is it just what we're seeing, kind of the back and forth on socials?
It's real negotiations.
How close are we to?
You see what I'm saying? She just asks, is this real? Is it real? Is it really you having negotiations in between you and Devin Haney? He said yes. He said yes. So how do I disassociate the whole I'm not stepping on his toes and I'm happy? How do I do that if you're comfortable with moving back down to 135? And like bro, just say no and make him have to fight KEYSHAWN. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. You know you're not going to fight Devin Haney. I don't see this shit. I just don't. Devin don't want to fight KEYSHAWN, and you know you're not going to fight Devin Haney. You know you're not. Like, all of this shit is just to waste time, man, and to keep people in talks. This shit is sad. It's irritating and shit, too. Salute to Up Jones in the building.
I don't know. We'll see. Only thing that's like really like is a hold up, and the main thing is KEYSHAWN is number one for his belt. So one thing that I'm not going to do. KEYSHAWN's my brother. I love him like with all my heart. I'm not going to step on any toes just to get a big bag. Like, it's not like, oh, shit, I need this money. No, I'm not going to fuck up what I got going on with my brother over. So if KEYSHAWN is first in line for the fight, KEYSHAWN will get the fight first, unless.
What the fuck? Why is it got to be an unless?
They vacate that belt and let KEYSHAWN fight for that belt. And if they do that, then.
Regardless of the fact, then why are you making the talks? Like, why are you negotiating? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Why are you even negotiating with Devin if this is the way you feel? If this is how you feel about KEYSHAWN, why are you
It's to get a big
negotiating?
bag. Like, it's not like, oh, I need this money. I need to. No, I'm not gonna fuck up what I got going on with my brother over. So if KEYSHAWN is first in line for the fight, KEYSHAWN will get the fight first, unless.
Why say if he's first in line for the fight and you know that he's the mandatory?
They vacate that belt and let KEYSHAWN fight for that belt. And if they do that, then let's get on.
Yeah.
Bro, come on. Something just ain't making sense.
Yeah, well, hopefully it comes off when we see that fight. We'd love to see it. The other question I have to put to you is what Eddie Hearn recently said, that he said that you have now signed with Ziffer Boxing.
That's what Eddie said?
Yeah. Have you seen Eddie's clip?
No, I don't even be paying attention. But no, I think I heard him say that like a minute ago. But I mean, Eddie got beef with Zulfa, and I don't try to get in between the promoters' beef, so I kind of stay out of that stuff. So Eddie Hearn, as far as like me and him, I feel like Eddie's been a friend to me, and I'm a friend of Eddie, and I wish him nothing but the best. But when he just speaking on me, and I don't really know. I can't tell you like what's going on, why he say what he say, but we will see.
So promotionally, where do you stand now?
Promotionally, where do I stand? I'm a free agent.
Does the idea of Ziffer tempt you? Because I know after your fight with Tio, there was all the stuff with the WBC, and we've seen what happened with Crawford as well. Does that sort of stuff make you think, oh, do you know what? I don't care about the belts as much anymore, and I could be interested in going to Ziffer?
The belts, well, I'm not going to say the belts, because I appreciate the belts for what they did for me through the years. But I would definitely entertain conversations with any promotional company over the belts, because why am I paying to keep a belt? Not only that, the WBC stripped me at 135 for no reason at all. Mind you, I asked them before the fight, can I go up to 140 pounds and fight Tio? They said yes, and they stripped me. So for me personally, it's like, fuck them, whatever they stand for. If y'all feel like y'all are just bigger than the athletes that's going in the ring to put their life on the line. Like, I'm in that doing that Dolo, not WBC. I'm Dolo. Y'all ain't getting in the ring fighting for me, helping me. So for me, it's y'all. Like, that's how y'all feel. Y'all.
Do you think?
Well, I kind of agree with the last one. You know, the sanctioning bodies be greedy as hell. But salute to everybody that came in the building, man. I'm going to have to dip. My computer acted stupid. I'm hungry. It's been over 3 hours and a half. I think I got everything out I needed to say. Being that I can't play the videos on my computer because the camera's acting stupid as shit. Salute. I have to go, yo. My computer's pissing me off right now. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Hit that like button before you go. Again, if you don't see me on Saturday at 3 p.m., I will be live on Sunday, either 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning. Yo, peace.